Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
This is the story of a DNA experiment gone mostly wrong. BJ and Migs. Mornings.
Consider this.
This happy couple, for instance, have a real problem.
How could you?
Remain calm.
Out of sight.
Be ready for anything.
The pros and cons.
Do not cross the streams. This is BJ and Migs. Mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You got to check out this video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. It's an Uber driver dealing with a drunk passenger. And in this clip, the driver is trying to convince the passenger to stay in the back seat while the car is in motion.
Sit down in your seat.
Why?
Go sit down in your seat.
Where is she?
Nobody else in the car. Please sit down in your seat.
Where is she?
Rosie, please sit down in your seat. Thank you.
I'm good.
Okay. I don't want to have to end the ride.
I'm gonna jump up there.
No, you're not going to jump up there.
I'm going to do.
No. As soon as I get to an exit that I can safely pull.
So pull.
As soon as I get to an exit, ma'am.
Ma'am?
I'm not leaving you on the side of the freeway in your inebriated state.
Because you know what? Really?
Wow.
That's like reason 13 why I'll never be an Uber driver.
You're right.
I can't handle even having my friends that are drunk in my car if I'm driving them home. I'm like, okay, just shut up and let me just get you to your house. Like you're just making no sense.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I feel like I had to apologize to about 15 Uber drivers over the week in Dallas last week because of how loud everyone just was. I was like, I apologize.
Oh, it was so great. Every Uber we took in Dallas, we would get out and Danny was like, I'm really sorry. If it was the one and I'm like... And at one point, he's like, I'm really sorry. I'm like, and I turned around and looked at the driver and go, I'm sorry for nothing. We're having fun. And Danny goes, oh, I paid for this Uber ride. I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry, too. Like, I thought it was one that I paid for. Because I feel like Danny and I were the only two that were stepping up for the Uber rides.
Yeah, we really were.
And nobody Venmo'd or Cash App'd you or nothing?
No, I know I Venmo Danny.
Yeah.
Wow.
At some point, I think, because
Wow, that's kind of bad for him.
Oh, it's cool. At that point, I feel like I was the one organizing a lot of the stuff we were doing. So it was just like, everyone was just standing at the bar drinking. So it's like, our Uber's here now, let's go. And people would just kind of pile in and go. And I was just like, whatever.
That was the one nice thing. Like, you get the Uber, and then okay, well, we have to go. Like, it's no more herding cats. It's like, guys, the Uber's here. And then everyone would, like, almost like a switch would turn, like, well, we have to go. But
yeah.
There were a couple moments where I was like, hey, can somebody else get the Uber? Because Danny and I have gotten, like, the last 7.
And how'd that go?
I think we did it once where Danny and I decided to ride in the same Uber because we had so many people.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
So we're like, I remember looking at Dan, I'm like, we're riding together.
Yep.
And that way only one of us is paying. And then we were like, and then I think
Good
someone's
move.
like, what are the rest of them doing? I'm like, they can figure it out on their own. They're grown individuals and they all have the Uber app.
They're still in Dallas.
Yeah,
They are. We never saw them again.
at the same bar. Oddly,
They were still at the hotel when we left. I was like, at some point, I don't care how drunk you are, you got to realize I've been getting free Ubers everywhere I've gone.
yeah.
You know, there are people that understand that completely, and they've mastered the art of just pulling that Homer Simpson disappearing in the bush every time you need money from them. Where'd they go? What they they're the disappearing act.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there were a few that were intentionally doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, and especially one, and then even like the dinners and stuff too. It's just one of those like I'll fade into the background and not mention it again. And
Yeah.
It's like, at least when I feel like with Joe and Steve especially, I feel like for the most part when we get to the bar, if I got the Uber, they'd be like, "Oh, I'll get the drinks."
There's some get back.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, oh, okay, there's some give or take here. But yeah, I just didn't want to lose a ton of ratings on my Uber stars
Fair.
and have them complain about
right.
us. So that's why I
And
was
here's
just
Steve going, yeah, we'll do what we want. They're Danny stars. I don't care.
I'm still at 4.87, bitch.
Yeah. So really quick, because I'm just old and forget things. Did I pay for everything I'm supposed to? Did I chip in good enough?
We'll figure it out later.
You know what that means?
BJ.
No.
I know.
Means no.
I know that there was one moment, there was a cluster F at one of the restaurants that we were all at, and Danny finally was just like, I'll just put it all on my card. And I think I had my phone and Venmo out immediately, and I cash apped them $69.69.
Oh, let me know, Danny. Let me know, seriously.
Which was more than what
good.
my food was, but I was like, I feel like he had a couple more Ubers than me, so I'm like, let me
Yeah.
just send him a little bit more.
Yeah. Please let me know. I thought I was up to date. I thought I asked everybody, but I could have missed out. I'm not trying to be Homer.
Oh, I don't think you're.
No,
trying
you're
to
the
be
last
Homer.
person I've ever worry about.
Yeah,
with that
no.
stuff.
Okay.
You're really good with that.
All right. Well, that's hey, you guys gave me a compliment. This is a big day. It's a big day.
Although there was one moment when I did that, I knew Danny got it and he was checking his phone because I sent him the money, and then I hear him go, nice.
Yeah.
And then he looks at me.
You got the 69.
Yeah. Plus, that was really good pizza, so I was just in a really good.
Oh yeah.
The pizza was great. But there was a moment where I almost stood up and said, hey, everybody, Uber Dan. No, not Uber. Venmo the guy. Because I know some people got drunk and probably forgot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think only about 3 people paid me from that dinner.
Oh,
but again,
my gosh.
but other people paid more, so it all evened out.
It
in
evened
the
out.
end.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was just one of
Did
those.
I
like,
pay you for that
You
dinner?
did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but there was other people like that. I'm pretty sure they didn't pay for.
Oh yeah,
anything.
I mean, but I will tell you though, man. You talk to some of those people and you find out, when somebody gets drunk, they like to tell you how much they make when they don't make any money.
Then you feel bad that you're even forcing them to send money. Yeah,
I have to
You're
tell
like,
you.
oh, you know what? You're good.
Oh, I was embarrassed. I'm like, when somebody told me, I'm like, oh my God, okay. It was like they're making less than I was making 30 years ago. I mean, I was just like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and they were in a bigger city than I was in, and they were doing more than I was doing. I'm like, oh, this is really sad for you. You know what? Go ahead, have a piece of pizza.
You know what? Yeah, don't bother sending Danny the money. He'll forget.
Yeah.
He's
Danny will
probably
be
gonna get
okay.
drunk later.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. Hey, I have a question. Why would a woman bathe in Mountain Dew? Al Steve's going to tell you why. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs mornings continues on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report. And today, enjoy yourself a brat. It's National Bratwurst Day.
Oh, okay.
Was it Uli's famous sausage? Does that count as a brat? What's the big difference between a brat and a sausage?
These are big questions. I think if it's in a casing and it looks phallic, it's a brat.
I feel like it's a fine line between a sausage and a brat.
Yeah, I know there's probably a difference, but I don't know what they are. Probably the
Sausages
meat,
are about
right?
as girthy as a brat these days.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is something to have a conversation about as we're also enjoying some rum. Today is National Rum Day, BJ.
nice.
Get yourself a
it's
rum
my
and diet.
day. I celebrated it all weekend.
Yes, I'm very aware of that. That's awesome.
I did find the difference between a brat and a Polish sausage.
Okay.
Sausage is any type of seasoned ground meat, which is either dried, smoked, pre-cooked, or sold fresh.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a brat is a type of fresh link sausage made with pork, veal, and other meats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a distinctive difference.
There is. I didn't know that.
And today,
Okay.
very important day. I actually spent time thinking about today because I saw that it's National Roller Coaster Day.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
So I decided to put together my top 5 roller coasters.
Well, that's what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
There we go.
Either sound effect works. I
Yeah,
actually
that's for
sat
me.
down
Yeah.
and try to remember all the roller coasters I went to. And actually took time out of my morning, my usual show prep, even found pictures and put it up on my Twitter at I'm Steve Migs so people could see what I picked.
All right.
But in case you don't have Twitter or you don't care about social media, but I know you care about what my favorite roller
All right,
coasters
here we go.
are.
Here we go, baby.
Do you want me to start at number 1 or work my way
you got to
up?
go to 5.
All right,
We
starting
gotta-
in at number 5. It's
Yes.
a roller coaster that goes from 0 to 82 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds. You can find it at Knott's Berry Farm. It's the Accelerator.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You wait forever for this ride. It doesn't last very long, but it's worth every second. It's so awesome.
All right.
It's so fast. It's amazing. All right, coming in at number 4. Also, you can find this one at Knott's Berry Farm. I haven't been to a lot of parks, apparently. It's an old school wooden roller coaster. It's the Ghost Rider.
The Ghost Rider.
I love old school wooden roller coasters. There's something cool about those.
Oh, yeah, they have one here at Wild Waves, and that's Lily's favorite ride.
I think there's just a vibe to it, and it's awesome. Okay, and number 3, I think it's right now being renovated, or they're working on it, and it's over at Disney World
Yes.
in Florida.
Oh, I know where you're going.
What do you think?
Probably the Rock and Roller Coaster, of
You
course.
got it.
Yep.
You got it.
The Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, baby.
I love that one, man.
Well, especially
You're on
because
the tour bus.
Yeah, especially because it's like you're in a music studio and you see the guys from Aerosmith, and it's just so cheesy but kind of funny at the same time.
The walkthrough is great before you even get on the roller coaster, and then the roller coaster itself is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. This one you can find at Universal Studios in Florida, BJ.
Okay.
Every time I go on it, I listen to Limp Bizkit's Rolling because you can pick what song you listen to.
Oh.
And I always go with the Biscuit. It's the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
Nice.
That one's awesome because you go like straight up.
Oh.
And then it's just let's freaking go.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know if that's a good one for me.
All right, and coming in at number 1, I think it's a no-brainer. It's nothing fancy until you turn the lights off.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only roller coaster that made me leave that roller coaster, go straight to the merchandise place, and buy a T-shirt for it.
Yeah.
It is Space Mountain.
Yeah,
Of course.
buddy.
Number 1.
Why do you think I had you go from 5 to 1?
Yeah.
We know what your number 1 was going to be, so we had to have a little semi-suspense.
Also, it's a wooden roller coaster.
Oh, I didn't
And
know
with,
that.
And with the lights on, not very special.
No. That's why. Well, that's the beautiful thing. Theater of the mind.
Right, it's the experience. Those are my
Yeah.
favorites. Honorable mention to the Hulk roller coaster, I think, was at Universal Studios.
Oh, which one is it now? Hulk Hogan or the Hulk?
Hulk Hogan. Incredible
okay.
Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Hulk Hogan has one. That would be funny if it's a giant phallic-looking...
Oh, yeah. This is not Terry Bollea's roller coaster.
It's 10 inches long.
I do not have a 10-inch penis. No, I do not.
You go through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Terry Bollea's penis is not 10 inches.
Terry Bollea's roller coaster is not 10 inches.
Brother!
All right, so there you go. There's my top 5.
There we go.
roller
Well, now
coasters
you know
of all
what?
time.
Now we know. Boy, so you've only been to 2 places, really.
3. You got Disney, Universal Studios,
Oh, that's right. And
and Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, and but you know what? I look forward to the day you make it your man mission to really just hit all the roller coasters, including a reason to go to Ohio and go to Cedar Point.
Cedar Point is, dude. I was looking. Somebody has like a list of like the top roller coasters of all time, and Cedar Point's on that list for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like they have a few different roller coasters on there. I'm like, I need to get to that one because it does sound pretty awesome.
Problem is you have to go to Ohio. I mean, that's the only.
Yeah, Sandusky, Ohio, I think it is.
Yeah, and that's not really the garden spot of Ohio, from what I understand.
Apparently, the Millennium Force is considered to be the best roller coaster, according to some website.
Where is that? Where is that
That
located?
one's over at Cedar Point.
Oh, Millennium Force.
And then Six Flags Great Adventure, they have the King da Ka. I've been to Six Flags, but when I was younger, I was scared of roller coasters, so I don't even know if this roller coaster existed. That's number 2. Then there's the Beast at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. So there's a couple of different
Look
places.
at Ohio trying to be the roller coaster people.
That one looks. It's the longest wooden roller coaster on Earth. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it almost looks like a train ride.
And the scene, it has like just great scenery. Like it's
Yeah.
all green around it. It's pretty cool. Superman the Ride. That one's the one in Massachusetts at Six Flags.
Oh, I've been on that one.
Is that the one where you fly?
No. It's just a roller coaster.
I don't want to be on a roller coaster where I'm literally flying.
Well, they have
that means
one
it
where
broke.
They harness you and your legs are hanging.
Oh,
I know what
because
you're talking about.
otherwise I think it broke.
Yeah.
If I'm flying, the roller coaster broke.
No, it's at Six Flags New England, and I took Lily there, and we had to like do the parent switch because we went with her mom and her stepdad, and it that was one of the most intense roller coasters I've ever been on.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like my face was like melting back as we.
Why
were
do you
going
have to
go
switch
fast.
parents to ride this roller coaster?
Huh?
You say you had to do the parent switch to ride this roller coaster. What, they won't let you ride unless like a particular parent's on there?
No, because the parent they wanted to go together, and I had to stay with Lily.
Oh,
so then we did the parent switch. They stayed with Lily.
I thought
and
it was a
went.
thing the roller coaster said. It's like a parent trap. Like you have to bring twins that are identical, and you two have to get together.
That's exactly
We're
it.
looking at your child. This is a mom-daughter roller coaster experience.
Where's Lindsay
Sorry, Dad.
Lohan? You cannot ride this ride without Lindsay Lohan and her identical twin.
What's the one? Is it the Batman ride where where your feet are hanging?
Yes, we
That
did that
one.
one in
That's a good
Atlanta.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
Where's the coaster?
I've been on that one before where they had the guy sitting next to me was a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And they had two guys from the staff had to push the harness thing to snap. You know how it locks in?
No, I don't want that guy on my ride.
And it only made it to on one of those things.
Oh gosh.
Or maybe two. I can't remember, but it was
no, I don't want because that guy he'll fall on me.
No, it wouldn't fall on me. He's just gonna fall.
Yeah.
And the entire time I'm thinking, I might lose this guy sitting next to me. I was like, this is very awkward. He might not make it to the end of this ride.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Could you imagine if you're riding a roller coaster and the guy just pops out of the harness and just goes flying?
You think that's his thing? He's like, look, you know what? I want to go on a roller coaster, and they can't really get me in these things. So this is my life,
dude.
I want to go out doing what I love.
That would also make me rethink maybe maybe I won't grab another pretzel after this ride. You know what I mean?
Some funnel cake.
You know what? I don't think it was just one pretzel.
I know, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And you got two people. I mean, it looked like they were
Yeah.
giving him chest compressions. They're pushing and
Yeah.
pushing. And I'm like, this guy, I mean, good on him for not, he didn't seem to care.
Well, hopefully he knows. I mean, he's got to know, right? He's got to know his own size, doesn't he?
Has to.
Yeah.
Has to.
I mean, but then do you really have a moment with yourself like these guys had to wedge me in and I barely got the safety harness on?
Oh.
Perhaps I should take a look at my life choices.
If it was my friend, I don't know this guy, so I'm not getting involved. If he wants to take this chance, that's on him. But if it was my friend, I'd be like, you sure about this one, bud?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this is the one you set out.
And they have like you have to be tall enough to ride these rides. Don't you also have to have maybe you have to be able to fit in the seat kind of a thing? I think that should be a rule.
Oh, our buddy Glenn the Toolbox just said you got to do Tron. It's way better than the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh, well, Glenn knows Disney. He knows
Disney.
Yeah, he knows
Yes.
that whole area down
Shout
there.
out to Glenn. He sent us some really cool pins from Disney as well.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Also, Silverwood in Idaho has some awesome roller coasters. Man, Texters, they love the roller coasters.
See, they've
as well,
been
man.
around. Steve, those folks know their coasters. You got to know. You have a man mission.
I do.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you're done with wrestling, you always say that at some point you're going to be done with it,
Yes.
and then you can replace it with going all over the country instead of traveling to be in wrestling rings. You'll travel to go on roller coasters.
I think my wife's okay with me driving to Vancouver for the night and getting back the same day, as opposed to, babe, this weekend I'm off to Ohio.
I feel like your wife will understand that. You know what? You're a man on a mission.
I forgot to put. It's too late now. I already put it on Twitter, so it's now official. But
What did you miss?
Daddy Pig's roller coaster at Peppa Pig theme park.
I think you know what? I think you did okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
I think you did.
I'll change it and I'll show it to Tatum a different list.
Yeah, she doesn't have to know the real. Yeah.
That one was a lot of fun. Shockingly, we were able to get off that ride and get right back on it again multiple times.
I am so surprised there was no line.
All right, this is a crazy story about a woman who decided, you know what? The best way to hide the fact that I murdered somebody and destroy all the evidence is to bathe in Mountain Dew.
Woo!
That's exactly what happened. This woman's name is Nicole. Apparently, she's suspected of murder. And yes, she bathed in not just regular diet Mountain Dew, but diet Mountain Dew.
Oh, you don't want to get all the calories. That makes sense.
That's very good. Some of it might get in your mouth, and you got roller coasters to ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, she reportedly covered her body in soda, and the police informed her that they were going to collect her DNA. So she thought the best way to get rid of her DNA was through Mountain Dew, apparently.
Okay, usually people use bleach to get rid of whatever blood and stuff.
That's a little aggressive.
But if she thinks Mountain Dew is as good as bleach, I'm not sure. If it worked, what does that say about Mountain Dew? Or what does she think of Mountain Dew that she thinks it will work the way bleach works?
And then, because they found a knife that was suspected to be the murder weapon, also a hammer as well.
That's yeah.
And I like that she claimed that she always carries these kinds of items. It wasn't like she was using them to
I mean, look at
murder
right now.
some
I got a hammer on the left and a knife on the right. Don't you guys carry that?
All right, we do have a feel-good story of the day, and it's a 51-year-old guy in England. He needed a new kidney, and the odds of finding this match were not good.
Okay.
You want to talk about odds are not in your favor? 1 in 22 million.
Oh,
that
no.
was the odds of him being able to find a new kidney.
Whoa.
But the crazy part is he did find a kidney. He got the transplant last month. Who was the match? His wife.
Of all the places, his wife?
Yes.
And
What are the odds? Finding someone with a 1 in 22 million match.
Wow.
And then the person that is your match is the person you married.
Damn, that would be tough for me.
Why is that? Because you have to do chores for the rest of your life knowing that they gave you the
No,
kidney?
I mean, I'd like to give my kidney to my spouse. I don't know. I'd have to think about this.
Yeah.
we better be on good terms. That's the thing. I'm not
I
sure.
can see you in the middle of an argument. You're like, it's off.
It's
You're not
off.
getting the kidney.
That's
until
right.
You apologize.
Exactly.
They did joke that they had a better chance at winning the lottery. I don't even think that's a joke. That seems very true.
That is wild that his 1 in 22 million chance was right there next to him.
You know, there was a 1 in 22 million chance that the Mariners were going to blow the game yesterday, and they nearly did.
Oh, boy.
Dude, what the hell? I mean, look, end of the day, they won the game, and that's awesome. And this series with the Kansas City Royals has just been bonkers. It doesn't seem like they can keep a lead. They had a 7-run lead at one point during this game, and I remember thinking, I was watching the game, I'm like, how are they going to mess this up? They can't mess this up. Next thing you know, it's 7-5. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. They're going to mess this up. And it went to the 10th inning. They actually had to go to extra innings, BJ. Wow. Thank you, Ty France. 2-run single to center, brought in a couple runs. The Mariners end up winning 10-8, a nail-biter of a game. That shouldn't have been a nail-biter. We were up 7-0. 7-0.
Yeah.
I do have to say one thing, though. 2 things, actually. It's 2 words. Teoscar Hernandez.
Oh, really? Is he up there?
BJ, he went 5 for 5.
Oh, no, Teoscar.
His average right now, because of going 5 for 5, 250.
Yeah, it is.
He was in fuego.
So did I lose again?
You lost again. It's not September 1st.
Wait, not yet.
So.
You're losing. We still have a half
Oh,
of
it's
a
got to
month.
be. He's got to be at 250 until September 1st.
Right.
Okay.
Isn't that what was that the bet, or was the bet if he hits 250 before September? I don't know.
can't remember.
Based
either.
on the last one, the minute he got to 250, BJ bought us breakfast. So I don't.
In all fairness, I think he got to 250 on the day that the bet ended. I think.
Okay.
I don't know how. You guys are gonna have to go back and listen to the audio and see if it's by September 1st. That's what he has to be at. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
But
Here's
you
your
guys are
choice.
gonna be in
Here's
trouble.
your choice. We can wait till September 1st and you play those odds, BJ.
Oh, I'll play the odds.
And if you lose, you buy all of us breakfast.
Yeah,
But by all of us, there's 2 more members typically that are here. Both your son and Vicky are out today.
Right.
You could easily be like, I'm gonna fulfill the bet today.
Oh.
And you save 2 people.
Yeah. The problem is that I have a better chance of winning waiting till September 1st just because I know how averages work.
All right,
in
fine.
baseball. But I'll take it since you gave me that option. I'll take it. I'll go to September 1st.
All right, you're gonna go. Then there's a chance you're gonna have to pay everybody.
Oh, I know. I mean, look, if Teoscar continues his torrid pace, then good for the Mariners. But it's going to be tough for him to do.
How about Seattle lost 3 straight games? Think about this, in which they led or were tied in the 9th.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That winning streak could have been still going.
Yeah.
If our pitching can figure it the F out.
Here's the problem.
What's
that
that?
is like our strong suit.
I know.
Our pitching well, again, we traded away our closer, so this is a really, oh boy, management doesn't look good right now. If you're trying to be a team that's competing, everybody needs pitching, and you got rid of pitching. So I don't know.
Well, you know what? Speaking of pitching, at least we have one of our good ones on the mound tonight. Luis Castillo.
All right, come on.
So
Come on.
let's hope this team can win this game. Because I was
Come
like,
on.
when they're up 7-0, I'm like, finally, they're beating this crappy team the way that they should be beating them. And then next thing you know, it's going into extra innings. I'm like, go F yourself. This is
any given day.
a win's a win. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the idea is that they found a way to make that happen, considering that they really did blow the game, and so that would have been so sad.
It's going to be a hot day today, boys. 88 degrees is going to be the high here in Seattle. Sunny. Thanks to Snoqualmie Casino for giving us the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
All I know is I saw 94 on my thermometer.
Were you in Mercer Island when you saw it?
Yes, but really, Mercer Island's actually hotter than Seattle?
Puyallup, the high is going to be 95 today.
What? So what's with Seattle? They got air conditioning that we don't know about? Why are we at 80-something?
Yeah, some people keep their windows open with the air conditioning.
That's what it is.
It's like they live in a barn.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What Caribbean island's name rhymes with scuba?
Tuba?
No.
Aruba.
Yeah.
There we go. Jamaica. Oh, I wanna take. I thought you were sure. I was like, if he doesn't do the Kokomo thing, if he doesn't get it that way, I don't know what.
I did think it.
Oh, good for you,
Yes.
man. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs. We'll do that at 6:48 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Once again, we teamed up with Mary's Place for Kicks for Kids. Make sure the kids need to, those kids in need get a pair of brand new sneakers for school. They want to, they would love a brand new pair of sneakers as they go back to school. And you rockaholics could help.
And a kid, $50 will get him a brand new pair of sneakers. $100 for a teenager. And I got to give a shout out to a few rockaholics. Corey Rogers donated $100 and said kids deserve to start the new school year with legit support. Michelle Madsen donated $50 right there with kids taken care of with a brand new pair of shoes. Jason Jones donated $100 and Nicole Meyer donated $100 as well. Thanks to our rockaholics, we're now over $5,700 raised, BJ.
Yeah.
Our goal, $20,000. We can make it happen.
Yeah,
More
we
people
can.
need to donate. Any amount helps. $50, $10, $2,000, whatever you can give.
Yeah, listen, it doesn't matter as long as you give. And if you'd like to donate, head to KISW.com today.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know Matt from Puyallup is. Matt, are you there?
I am.
Which guy from Puyallup is going to win?
Ooh, it's a Puyallup off.
Uh-oh. All right, Steve, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Matt has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Most passports in the world are red, blue, green, and what other color?
Black.
Yes. The ulna bone is located in what part of your body?
Arm or elbow?
Arm, yes. What female pop singer starred in the 2021 movie House of Gucci?
Pass.
Ted Kaczynski is better known as what domestic terrorist?
Unabomber.
Yes. What social network started everyone with a friend named Tom?
MySpace.
Yes. Pawn, tree, and poison dart are all types of what amphibian?
Snake.
No.
Lizard.
No.
Pass.
In business, the abbreviation BOGO stands for what?
Buy one, get one.
Yes. What U.S. state is nicknamed the Prairie State?
Wyoming.
No.
Oklahoma.
No.
Nevada.
No. What singer's fans are nicknamed the Beehive?
What singer's fans are nicknamed the Beehives? I don't know.
Oh. All right, you got 5 correct, Matt.
Average.
That's pretty average.
Mediocre.
Did pretty well in the beginning there, and then, got a little iffy.
Yeah, that's all right, though.
Didn't know the pop culture ones.
We have no idea who's coming in, but, it could be like the Mariners game. You come in all hot, and next thing you know, blow the lead.
Well, are we going into extra innings then?
I'm feeling Teoscar today, baby.
Ooh,
yeah. 5 for 5 you're feeling.
Let's hope.
Steve, are you ready? Oh, yeah! Most passports in the world are red, blue, green, and what other color?
And white?
No.
Black?
Yes. The ulna bone is located in what part of your body?
The what bone?
Ulna.
Ulna. I'm going to go arm.
Yes.
Nice.
What female pop singer starred in the 2021 movie House of Gucci?
Lady Gaga.
Yes.
I tried watching that movie. That movie stunk.
Ted Kaczynski is better known as what domestic terrorist?
The Unabomber.
Yes. What social network started everyone with a friend named Tom?
Oh, that's MySpace.
Yes. Pawn, tree, and poison dart are all types of what amphibian?
Frog.
Yes.
Nice.
In business, the abbreviation BOGO stands for what?
Buy one, get one.
Yes.
Yeah.
What U.S. state is nicknamed the Prairie State?
What U.S. state? North Dakota.
No.
Road Prairie. Pennsylvania.
No.
Prairie.
Why?
Tennessee.
No. What singer's fans are nicknamed the Beehive?
Huh? What's the Beehive?
The
The
Beehive.
B-52s.
No.
Let's try it.
Pass.
Yeah.
You got 7 correct, which is a win. 7 to 5.
Sorry, Maddie.
Nicely done, Steve-O. Nicely done.
Thank you, my friend. Have a great day.
There he goes. Yep. You did what you had to do. You came back in the extra innings. Whew, got the win.
Prairie.
I was trying to think of where the show Little House on the Prairie is.
Alabama?
I don't know where it is.
Is it in Illinois?
I don't know.
Is that the answer?
Yes.
That Illinois, the Prairie State, probably is. I mean, if Little House on the Prairie, Prairie State, that would be weird if it wasn't set there.
Right. And this actually makes a lot of sense. I like the B-52 answer, but singer fans nickname the Beehive?
I don't know.
Beyonce.
Oh, yes, I should know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so embarrassing.
Pretty
Even
embarrassing.
though I really shouldn't know it, but I still should know it.
And Little House on the Prairie was based in Walnut Grove, Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh.
What?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess they had prairies outside of Illinois. Who knew?
I guess so.
Who knew?
Also, I didn't see the House of Gucci, but it wasn't that good. Is that what you were
I
saying?
didn't last very long on it, but I wasn't feeling
Do you
it.
fall asleep?
Also, I really set myself up for failure because I really didn't give 2 flying F's about their story anyway.
Right.
But I was like, it's free.
Oh,
it's
it's the story of Gucci?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to really kind of care about the product, don't you?
People rave about it.
Yeah, I heard really good things about it. So
Yeah, but see, you don't like good movies sometimes.
No, I really don't, actually.
let me guess, you fell asleep?
No, I turned it off because my wife fell asleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow,
if your
thank
wife
you.
even didn't like it.
Yes.
She's falling asleep quicker than this guy these days.
Is she a Gucci lady? Does she like Gucci?
Well, that's a personal question between her and I. No, she doesn't care about Gucci.
Wow.
I don't know.
I apologize.
She likes expensive stuff, so I don't know, probably.
Oh, all right.
But I don't think she cares about the history of what she's wearing.
That's
a good point.
Yeah.
I don't think many people do.
No.
Yeah.
If it looks good, they wear it. They don't
Right.
care the history. Well, congratulations, Steve, on meeting Matt.
Thank you.
Good job, buddy. Nice work.
Stupid story about the buy one, get one makes me laugh, though, because BOGO.
Yeah.
For some reason, in our neighborhood, we hit this 4-way stop right by our house. And since Tatum was a little kid, she yells BOGO. and we don't know why. So she's like, we'll get to that point. She'll just go, BOGO. And she was
With the
doing
stop sign.
It was when we hit that stop sign. And she was doing it like when she first started learning words. And then my wife and I would go, BOGO. And we were like, but we like, what does that mean?
What does it mean?
And she wouldn't be able to explain what it meant. She would just look at us like we're idiots. And we're like, all right, we don't know what this means, but we're going to go with it. Like, we don't know why. And it's always a specific stop sign. And it's always in the exact same spot. So then we keep doing it. And it was a few months ago, we all yelled BOGO. And she goes, what does that mean to us? And we're like, we don't know either.
You made it up, kid.
Right. So now she thinks we made it up. And it's just, and now if we say it, she says, no, now only kids can say it. Like, she keeps changing the rules on us.
She really is trolling you so bad.
She is the ultimate troll, BJ. And I can see it in her eyes all the time. Like, she trolls her mom with everything, and I find great humor in it.
Oh, man.
So you still don't know what it was?
No idea. And she has no idea because she came up with it when she was a little kid.
She says she has no idea. She's trolling you. She knows exactly what she's doing.
But what the F does it even mean?
Buy one, get one.
But why? Buy one stop sign?
Yeah,
Get one stop sign?
She is, you know what? She is, maybe on your deathbed, she'll go, hey, Dad,
BOGO?
Here's what BOGO means.
I'm effing with you guys.
Yeah, I always was effing with you, Dad. That was my thing.
I would think maybe if you were at the stop sign, maybe at one point you were getting upset that someone wasn't going. So you said, go.
You know what? That might be the best.
And maybe she just heard BOGO.
Yeah.
She's like, BOGO.
Because I have been guilty of that.
Yeah.
I get irrationally annoyed by people.
Oh.
I do too.
That's
So
four-way stop signs.
Oh, so you were saying go-go. She was saying BOGO.
So she might have heard BOGO. You know what? I'm glad I brought this up on the radio.
Look at this.
Tatum and I think alike. So I think like a 3.5-year-old.
Fair.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what. But then it was like a fun family thing. We'd all yell BOGO, and then she shut that down.
She shut it down. She's like, what are you two doing?
She's like, only kids can say that.
Yeah.
We're like, what the F does that even mean?
You guys don't qualify for this fun.
Her and her stupid rules.
She does have a lot of rules, and you're going to have to get used to them because, spoiler alert, she will own that house.
Yes.
One person says, my kids run around and they just say, we have the meats to anything. What does that even mean?
Well, that is, they had to have heard that on the commercial. They had to be an Arby's. It's Arby's.
Arby's, yeah.
We have the meats. Yeah,
That's
of course.
funny.
BOGO. I think we should just say that to you every day. And
BOGO.
And Danny and I will not tell you what it means.
What does it mean?
BOGO. Fantastic. Oh, man. I do love a trolley kid.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun when you realize, okay, she is clearly messing with us.
Well, yesterday on the Today Show, those big hosts, Hoda and Jenna Bush. Jenna Bush is doing the Today Show now?
Is she a host?
It says that they're. It didn't say I guess she must be hosting.
Yeah, I think
she's
you're right.
George's kid, right? And was she on The View? Is that what she used to do?
Mm-hmm. She's the co-host of, makes sense. She's the host of Today with Hoda and Jenna.
Actually, I like that. I always like Jenna. I always, out of everybody on The View, even though I'm not necessarily a fan of her conservative viewpoint sometimes, I still thought Jenna did a good job.
Yep, the daughter of George W. Bush.
Now, this is surprising to me, I guess, just because of Jenna's generation. Hoda is older, so I can understand. So Kathy Lee must have taken a pass. When did she leave? Because it was Hoda and Kathy Lee, wasn't it?
I have dude, I don't keep up on the Hoda.
I don't either, but
the Today Show rules.
I never watched any of them, but you still knew they were there.
She left in 2018.
Oh, wow. Kathy Lee Gifford's been gone since 2018?
Yeah, and in 2019, it was announced that Jenna would be the co-host.
Duh, BJ, you didn't know that.
Wow,
For the last 3
never
years,
watched.
man. What the hell? Where are you at? 4 years even.
Yeah, wow.
The Today Show was always one of those shows that I really wanted to get into. Like, wake up, have my morning coffee while watching the Today Show. But then with our career, I just never happened.
You couldn't do it.
I thought you were going to say, and then I watched the Today Show, and I'm like, why am I watching this stuff?
Yeah. My wife, that her and the Ryan and Ryan, and now it's Kelly and her husband.
Anytime I've ever watched, though, I've seen Hoda, and I always think, I'm like, she just reminds me of like a family member, like an aunt, like a cool aunt.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but she always had that vibe.
And she's got a great name.
Hoda?
Hoda. Yeah, I love that. It just reminds me of Game of Thrones because that Hodor.
Okay.
I kind of like that, so that's why I always like Hoda. Anyway,
Hoda is 59.
Yeah, 59. Jenna's got to be what?
41.
Oh, 41.
Yeah.
Wow, she's older than I thought.
Yeah.
But still old enough to have seen a Star Wars film. But yesterday, her and Hoda said, no, never have.
It is kind of interesting when something is like a cultural touchstone and to have never seen it.
Totally.
Should we just say it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Star Wars.
We've never seen it. And we don't care to.
Oh. Dude, that's me in Titanic right there.
Yeah,
That's you in Pearl Jam's 10.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
I do it for one reason, actually.
Yeah,
but
the Tatum troll.
Yeah, I mean, Tatum and I and you know what? Every time you ask me to listen to Pearl Jam's 10, I'm just going to say, BOGO.
BOGO. What does that even mean?
It means Pearl Jam's 10. Hoda did admit that, this is the funny thing, Hoda admitted that she once dressed as a Star Wars character for Halloween, but not because she was a fan.
One Halloween I dressed up as Yoda, and I wasn't even in at all.
No, you just knew that Yoda rhymed with Hoda.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay, I
mean,
respect that.
I can't argue with you there. I mean, if your name is Hoda, you got to dress as Yoda.
I totally respect that. That's awesome.
I mean, you have to.
Do they have any pictures of her dressed as Yoda?
That would be awesome. I would love to see that. I can't blame them. I mean, look, I think every one of us has something that's super iconic that we just have never done. The Wire, you and I have never watched that.
Nope.
And D. Ted Smith always says, what's wrong with you people?
I did give it a try.
At least you tried.
And it was just too slow moving. Oh, my gosh. Danny found the picture of Hoda dressed as Yoda, and it's pretty phenomenal.
Oh, whoa. She had a professional job done.
Well, she's got that kind of Today Show money. She can do whatever she wants.
Oh, I thought like she was a little kid or something. So this was for the Today Show she did it.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, she looks good, but at the same time, like you said, Steve, they got professional makeup people coming and making that happen. I'd have to go buy one of those costumes, at the Spirit store, and it wouldn't look anywhere near as good. Are you having problems at work, relationship issues, any other random problem where you need advice? Well, we are here for you. Call us, text us, 206-803-ROCK. It's Help Wanted. We're going to do it at 7:17 on The Rock.
At OXO, there's a recipe for innovation. We create products that put a new spin on form and function. Add a small measure of convenience, a peel of comfort, and just a pop of freshness. Because no matter what you're making, we want to make it better. OXO. Better. Guaranteed.
Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Yeah, Help Wanted has been established because you get lots of messages, lots of texts, phone calls from listeners, people like you, rockaholics that need some help, and you think, well, maybe we can help you out. I mean, it's relationships, problems at work, anything else. Doesn't matter how dumb you think this is. We are willing to take all questions, all comments. We do not care.
We're here for you.
Yeah. So here's the number. Call us, text us, 206-803-ROCK. It's Help Wanted.
Oh, okay, we got a few to pick from.
All right.
Who do you want to choose?
Ooh, all right. Well, let's see.
Let's have Sarah pick it.
All right, Sarah, you got to make the choice.
Okay.
All right. We have one about a teacher, an issue with a coworker, or one about adult films.
Oh, boy. Teachers are semi-timely. I mean, so getting ready to go back to school.
That is true.
Coworkers, I always love coworker drama. And adult films, well, I mean, come on. Come on.
Ooh, I'm actually going to go with teacher.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
happy you went with that one. It's a good one.
Well, there's also teachers sometimes in adult films, so,
Well, you know what? Honestly, when you hear this text that we got, it almost sounds like the premise, too.
All right.
An adult film. All right. This person, I graduated from high school almost 10 years ago, but I need your help. Since then, I've lost 50 pounds. I go by my formal name rather than my nickname, as I did in high school. Well, recently I ran into a former teacher at a bar. He struck up a conversation with me, and I quickly realized he didn't recognize or even remember me. We hit it off, went back to his place, and, well, we had a good time. Whoa! It never seemed like a good time to tell him, though, that I was a former student of his. So I took the coward's way out, and I didn't. And now he wants to take me on an actual date, and I feel like I'm going to have to tell him, or do I just continue this lie? I'm struggling to find the right words. Any advice?
Well, I would love to know the age difference, because sometimes
graduated high school 10 years ago. So,
well, I mean, like the teacher to them, you know what I mean? Because there are young teachers.
Teacher was 30.
Young teacher. I mean, we learned that, of course, in Don't Stand So Close to Me. So,
right.
But he could have been a young teacher, and she could have been 18 and whatever-ish. Or the age difference might not even be 10 years. We don't know.
No.
Yeah. If you like the dude, I don't think it matters that you were a student at one time if you really like him and he likes you.
Here's a peek inside the guy brain. I don't think this guy's going to care whatsoever. He'll probably find that to be hilarious. Yeah. I mean, maybe not. Maybe like he'll just be like, yo, man, no, still, I at some point was a mentor. This feels weird, but like he doesn't even remember you. So clearly, like, there wasn't a close relationship when you were a student. I just tell him. I think you get a massive kick out of it.
Yeah, I know that there's a thing about having power over somebody that I've heard a lot of women talk about, like somebody in a power position taking advantage of that position to. Right. And I see, not having ever been in a power position or been able to really charm anybody, I don't know what that's even like. So I don't know that phenomenon.
Sad really quick.
Yeah, sorry. So that phenomenon's beyond me. Maybe that's what she's worried about. Like, I don't know. I'm with you. I wouldn't care.
And with the news stories we read, on the flip side, if it was a female teacher, she'd just be mad that you didn't hit on her when you were still a student.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right? Isn't that how it works?
That's how it is these days. So what are we going to tell Mary Kay Letourneau? What are we going to tell her? Do we have any advice for her and Billy, or is
Sarah, Danny? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean,
weird you out?
My mom. No, I'm thinking about it more in terms of my mom though, because like my mom was a teacher for so long, and and there's so many times just walking around Albuquerque where they're like, Mrs. V. Hill, it's you. You were my favorite teacher, and then she's had students be like, I thought you were the most beautiful teacher back in the day, and she gets creeped out by it. Like, really? Even though they're like, this has happened when she was like in her 50s, the student was in their 40s, and it was like not creepy at all, but she's just like, oh, I don't like them telling me that. They used to be my student. So it's not.
Does it make her feel old, or is it just she like to pretend that once they're done being her student, they just leave to another planet?
I think she honestly just can't see them past
as adults
when they were kids.
Yeah, if somebody tells you were my favorite beautiful teacher, that goes like, wait, I don't want to think about sexy time with you, kid.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she should pull out like the high school yearbook to show them who she was. I mean, maybe like if they were dating for a while, that might be funny.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. I mean, if I would bring it up just to be like, hey, why not? But at that point, if it's bugging you, might as well bring it up and see what he thinks. But I kind of agree with Steve. I don't think he'll mind that much. But
one texter thinks that he absolutely remembers the student.
Oh, really?
And maybe doesn't want to say anything.
Well, yeah, that would be awkward. But see, that's kind of tough. They're both kind of lying if that's the case.
But you weren't this hot when you were my student.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible he doesn't remember her if, in fact, she's had a dramatic physical change. But, yeah, maybe he does. And
I feel like your daughter, Sarah, is going to say, tell him. Because I don't see Sarah as a person that keeps any information from anybody.
Absolutely tell him. But the way I would go about it is you take him on a date, right? If you don't already know the age difference, somehow, find out what the age difference is and be like, oh, that's crazy, that you were a teacher and we have this age difference. I could have been your student. And then give them this smirk and then be like, plot twist, I was your student.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of vibe it out to be like, okay, we have an age difference, so this is a very likely possibility, and then be like, it actually is.
I'll be honest, I thought you were going to say show up to the date in a schoolgirl outfit, and I was like, oh, man, I don't know. That could be a little too much.
Well, they could have a fun role-playing at that point, definitely.
That is the way to drop it. Yeah, just show up, cosplay. I have some news to give you.
I don't think this will be a deal breaker, though.
It shouldn't be for the guy. I mean, I can't imagine it would be unless he's like Danny's mom, who doesn't want it going on.
But if it's a deal breaker, eventually that story will come out. Yeah. So you might as well just get it out there now, right?
Yeah, here's the spoiler alert. It's not good to have secrets from somebody you want to start a relationship with. It just isn't.
And what if they actually do get serious and then he has to meet the parents, and the parents do remember him as being the teacher?
Hey, didn't you say she had a hard time, focusing? I remember you.
I bet you at many open houses.
Or they recognize, or he recognizes the parents because they haven't aged. They haven't changed.
Yeah.
So he's like, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Did I have a parent-teacher conference with you at one point?
Look, it says she's a hard time keeping still, just like she does now.
Texter says, just go for it. Let them know. It's actually kind of a fun story, and stuff built on lies, not fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And they've already had sexy time. Yeah. So they've already been there.
I do want to know the age difference, though. I really do, because sexy time is one thing, a relationship is another thing. Like, look, if I don't have to, I'll have sex with anybody if that opportunity comes up. But I don't want to just live with anybody.
Yeah.
You gotta pick the right person to live with and spend the rest of your life with.
It looks text about 20 years older.
Oh. That's a lot of years.
Does that change things?
Yes.
So what? What do you think? She's like 10 years later, so she's like 27, 28?
How many years older are you than your wife?
Less than 20 years.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a
Dude,
lot.
I can't see you. I cannot see you with somebody 20 years younger than you. I just don't see it.
Someone in their late 20s?
Yeah, I can't see it.
No, me neither. I can't. I couldn't do it.
I mean, maybe as you get to like 60-ish, you could be with a 40-year-old person because at least there's a little bit more maturity in a 40-year. But can you imagine being with a 20-year-old, like being in your 40s? It's just, what are you going to talk about?
But in all fairness, so she's like 27, 28.
He's 47.
47-ish, 48.
Yeah, it's look, that's pushing it.
I mean, it's
pushing it.
You're on the edge.
You're on the edge, baby.
But I don't think it's that big of a deal. To start dating, and then at that point, that's the whole point of dating, and then they can figure out if they actually do want to be with each other.
That's a tough one for me. I don't know. 20 is a big difference.
What say you, Sarah? 20 years.
Ooh, I'd be dating.
Look at Steve. Steve's like,
I said go for it.
Are they out of high school? That's all I need to know.
10 years out of high school.
There ain't no way. Oh, no. That's like closer to my dad's age than my age.
Yeah,
that would be weird.
No, look at Steve. Steve's like, what's wrong with you people?
Plot twist, he went to high school with her dad.
Wow, 20-year difference.
Or when you take him home to meet the mom, it's like, oh, they had relations back when she was in high school.
Yeah, that's
mom and daughter have the same taste in men, apparently.
At this point, I hope, here's the deal. I hope he doesn't remember her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's a 20-year difference, I mean, he was 38 when she was 18 in school or whatever grade and I don't even know what grade she had him. She didn't tell us. What grade, Texter, did you have him as a teacher?
Oh, that's a good point.
He better not remember you now. I mean, that's not cool. Oh, this went down a wrong road for me. Steve is the only one endorsing this equation now.
Actually, some crazy things have happened.
I can't do it, man.
Well, she's 28.
Look, again,
Ish.
It's a one-time thing, okay? If it's a one-time thing, look, even then I don't have a problem with 20-year difference for a one-time thing.
Right.
I'm talking about living with somebody, like really having a relationship with somebody. What am I going to talk to with this person who's like that much younger than me?
Going out to the clubs, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
She could be an old soul.
Yeah, she better be a damn old soul. She better be a very old soul.
Maybe she loves old television shows. Like she grew up on like the older shows.
That's true. We have I know Vicky's not in her late 20s anymore.
Golden
Girls and knitting at home.
You're right. Vicky is if she was like Vicky, a super old soul. I even still though Vicky looks so young though.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. Even though she's an old soul, Vicky still looks like a child.
I don't know. If Vicky said she meant like a late 40s guy, I'd be like, he might be too young for you. That's like the way she is. You know?
That's a good point.
He still wants to go out and have fun.
Yeah, you're right.
You want to stay in and
Vicky needs an octogenarian. That's what she needs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we helped.
Oh, 28 years old. It was my senior high school student. Teacher, sorry.
Yeah. So she was 18. He was 38.
Yeah.
Yeah, not 28. He was 38. That's creepy.
But they're not dating then.
No, but if he remembers her...
Like they start dating, all of a sudden they go into a time machine.
But that's why he better not remember her. If he remembers her, that means he kind of thought she was cute then. I mean, he better not know who the hell she was.
She goes by a different name, and she's 50 pounds lighter.
Yeah, that's what...
I think there's a very good chance he doesn't remember.
Yeah, because that one texter thought he did.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He better not remember her. Otherwise, it's even super creepier to me that, oh, hey, look who it is. It's my student that I always thought was adorable, and I wanted to... have after-school specials.
Tell him the truth, have fun, and then figure it out from there.
Look at you.
And she liked the guy. Who am I to tell her not to date?
You're right. But she has reservations, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
But the reservations, she's just worried that she's going to creep him out by saying that she was once his student.
Yeah.
She's probably so excited. He was probably on her bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about some
rhymes
cute
with
teachers.
bucket list, that's for sure. Right?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, because I was thinking about some cute teachers when I was in high school, and I was like, wow.
That's a good question.
How many?
Yeah, how many teachers do you have like that you would have had on the bucket list?
Oh, at least 3.
3?
Oh,
What?
yeah. I had some beautiful looking looking teachers.
See, that's
I did.
That's
So
why we
this
have to
is
hire
amazing
ugly
for
people
her.
as teachers. We can't. As a parent, I want only ugly people in the classroom now.
Oh, actually, I had 3 on my list too. If I had to pick.
No,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's not good.
What?
We can't just the children
Spanish
are up.
teacher, the art teacher,
Yeah, the
and
hormones.
math teacher.
No, either that. We have to have these people. If they're not ugly, they have to dress down. They just have to look like they're not their best at all. I don't want the children distracted.
I can only ever think of one that I had, and it was in middle school, and then she ended up being the principal. She was a home ec teacher.
Oh, that would have what a power thing that would have been if somehow, some way you made that happen. You would have run that school.
Right.
So I want to know this: was this woman that we're talking to in this text? Was he somebody she had on the bucket list?
Oh man,
at 18 years old,
I bet.
She must have, right?
I bet.
Because she knows who he is, and she finds him attractive now, so she probably found him attractive then.
I want to know what happens. I want to know when she tells him what the results is.
I don't know what
they
to
get
think
married.
Oh, yeah. I don't like it. I just don't like any of this. Sorry.
I think it's crazy though. So she recognized him when she got to that bar.
Yeah, she
and went
did.
up and talked to him.
Yeah.
Do you think she had the intentions of saying, "Do you remember who I am?" But then realized rather quickly he didn't. She's like, "This is my chance."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I totally believe she's had the hots for this guy from way back in high school.
I mean, that's a good tactic. Like, maybe she was a little worried. Like, "Hey, I was your student." That would be instant turn off. City.
Yes.
And he wouldn't even want to talk to her. And she's like, "Let me see if I can bag this first, and then
See?
tell him."
Yeah. Oh, she knows what she's doing.
Diabolical. I respect that.
She knows what she's doing. She's like you.
kidding.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. All right.
What do I know?
What do you know? You're the only one on this show that advocates and condones this whole
I'm
situation.
just not here to. I'm not here to poo-poo love, man.
I won't even comment on that. All right, we go from sex to money. 2 big issues in life. If you're having sex issues, well, we handle that, especially if it's with your teacher. Now, how about money issues? Well, call in now, or you can text us as well to talk to KISW's financial advisor. We're talking Todd Peach from BECU, 206-803-ROCK. Todd will take your calls and your texts at 747 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Melvin Robert from the TV show Extra. Every day on our show, we talk to the biggest celebrities and the biggest newsmakers around. We get exclusive details about hookups and breakups, baby news, and the behind-the-scenes info from your favorite TV shows and movies. But we can only fit so much on our show. That's where Extra the podcast comes in. Listen and follow Extra the podcast and Odyssey Podcast on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
BECU presents the KISW Financial Advisor. Here to talk money, please welcome Todd. I invented numbers, so I know how this stuff works. Peach.
That's right, man. Hey, Todd.
Morning, BJ.
As you know, man, Todd has been working in the financial industry for a long time, and he's got over 25 years of experience. So if you got questions, anything at all about what you're trying to do with your money, what you should do, housing, I mean, Todd's got it all. And if you're looking for a great place to bank, a credit union is pretty spectacular. They do everything a bank does, except, of course, they actually take care of you since you're a member. And BECU is one of the best. Go to becu.org if you want more info. All right, Todd, we got questions for you, buddy.
Most importantly,
All right,
we have
fire away.
I'd like to brag for a second, and I was smart with my money, Todd, and I feel like you're going to be proud of me.
Oh,
okay.
Here we go.
So I have a pair of Nikes that I really like, but, they've had a little bit of a wear and tear as far as like getting a little faded. And instead of buying a brand new pair right before we left for our radio convention, which would have cost me at least $100 and something, I went to Target and I bought shoe dye, and I colored them in and made them look fresher again.
Wow.
For $3.
Wow. I think you need to put that on Pinterest or something, Steve.
Yeah,
well, it's not that crazy. That means I got to remember what my Pinterest account is.
Now, he could have bought new shoes, but he didn't tell you about the throwback jersey he bought as soon as the Seahawks released.
That was last time.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did tell him about the throwback?
I didn't know, but I didn't bring up the fact that I bought people 10 shots at a bar.
Oh, yeah, you didn't bring that up.
That cost actually more than what those shoes would have cost me.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't have been able to do that.
That's a good point.
If I bought those new Nikes, Todd, I am learning from you.
He was taking care of the
people. I love
people.
the idea. So
Yeah. Well, really, you got the shoe dye, huh?
It worked all right.
All right. I didn't notice. I thought you looked good. So, okay, good job.
And I even used the magic eraser to whiten up the soles.
Oh, the magic eraser is great for that.
Works great. Makes your shoes feel brand new.
Mr. Clean knows what's up.
That's what's up.
All right. So now that we've had those tips,
thank you.
So that's what you can do for your fashion. We get any money questions for Todd?
Someone said, how do I calculate the percentage to put in tax-deferred a tax-deferred account to make it work out to be the same take-home pay? I don't know if you understand that, but I don't.
Wow. I don't know. Even I'm confused by that, Todd. Do you understand what that person means?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So you're basically saying, let's say if you you're in the 25. I'm just for simplicity, 25% income tax bracket. I think what they're saying is if I take home $1, how much do I need to put in to bring home $1 after taxes?
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I guess, because he was talking about tax deferred. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if he was talking about
like your tax deferred account. So if I want $1 of income after taxes, how much do I have to put in? So the answer would be you take your $1 and divide it by 1 minus your tax rate. In this case, 25% is the example. Could be 24%, whatever. So 1 divided 0.75 is 1.25. So your answer would be $1.25 for every dollar you want to bring home in a 25% income tax bracket.
I see.
Gotcha.
So basically it's going to be $1 plus that percentage when you think about it.
Yeah. So if you're in the 15% tax bracket, it'd be 1 minus 15, and then so 85. So 0.1 divided by 0.85 is whatever that is. And then you multiply that to how much money you want to bring home.
Okay.
So yeah. So I think the question is, it's a great question. So we're gonna live this in retirement when you start to take money out of your 401k or 403b or whatever the deferred tax accounts are. If you have $100,000 in that, you're not going to bring home $100,000 because Uncle Sam is going to want their share, right?
I have a dumb question.
It's going to be something less than that, and that's how you can just do the math and figure out what your take-home pay would be on that $100,000 in that example.
What in the world is a 403b?
It's what a lot of teachers have.
Aha.
It acts the same way as a 401k. It's just a 403b. So different rules, but it acts the same way. And a lot of education government have those.
Do those educators get the match, Todd? Because a lot of companies don't do any matching anymore because ever since the pandemic. Are the teachers getting matched with those 403bs?
I don't think they do, BJ. That's a great question. I don't think that teachers have matches. They can certainly contribute their own money, but I don't believe they have matches. But most do have pensions, which is very rare these days.
Oh, okay. So teachers, they have a 403b and a pension they can rely on in some cases.
Yeah,
Well,
but they
that's-
have to contribute to the 403B, and like you said, I'm not aware of any school district giving a match. Maybe there's something out there that I'm not aware of.
I don't. Well, if they're getting pensions from the school district, don't give me a match. I don't need a match if you're giving me a pension. I'll 403B on my own at that point. I didn't know that. Oh, pensions are nice. Pensions are very nice.
Most governments that way still. So, yep.
Yeah, the government. I should have got a government job. What was I thinking? Let's go to TJ and Silverdale.
Hey, hats off to all the teachers out there. They work hard and don't make a lot of money, right? And they're the ones that are educating our next generation. So
206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. That is if you have any question for Todd Peach from PECU.org. TJ in Silverdale, you're on the Rock with Todd.
Hey, BJ, how's it going?
Not too bad, buddy. What you got?
So I was actually wondering who would I need to speak to start up a trust?
Ooh, that's a good question.
TJ, like what are you trying to accomplish? What's your objective in a trust? Why a trust?
So I was wanting the trust to be in control of properties, life insurance, stuff like that. So that way it would not be taxable.
Okay, so you're wanting to put it into a trust to kind of get ownership into the trust itself and kind of keep it away from you and sheltered for other reasons. Okay. Well, a couple things. First of all, we do have a trust department that could answer your questions. You can just go to our website and BEC Trust Services. They can do, cradle to grave if you want, or they can just give you some advice on what way to do. We also have a partnership with a company called Trust and Will, where if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you can give them a call and talk about that, and then you could create your own trust on a DIY basis. Otherwise, our trust services could also refer you to an attorney to do that. So there's a couple options for you. So I would maybe start with calling our trust and services department, talk to them about what you're trying to accomplish. They can either refer you to an attorney, or they can refer you to our Trust and Will partnership program, where you could do it yourself.
And why would I want a trust? Give me one reason why. What would a trust do for me that that I would be like, maybe this is where I should put some of my money? Because you're putting some of your money that you're saving in a trust. Why?
You can do real estate, BJ. You can do anything in the trust. So the trustee is the director, the executor. So if you pass away, the instructions in the trust are executed by the trustee. It's also sometimes good for real estate. For example, if you own real estate out of state, you can put that into your trust. So it goes through probate in Washington State. In this case, is where we live.
Okay.
So there's a lot of estate planning reasons why you might want to consider it. Most of us don't need a trust, but there are instances where it can make sense. So, for example, I do have a property in Arizona. We do have a trust. We have the Arizona property in the trust here in Washington. So if anything happens in the future, it simplifies the process, so nobody has to go down to Arizona to sell the property.
Oh, okay. So it can all be done from up here.
Yep.
Oh, that's helpful. All right.
Yeah. So again, there's I think that sounds like TJ might have some ideas and some things he wants to explore and reasons why he might want to trust. And I think that those are all valid. And I think you need to speak with some experts and see what makes sense and what might be the best way to move forward for him.
Todd, every time we have you on, we have multiple questions about 401k. So here's one of them. Someone said, I have a 401k from a previous employer, and now I have a new job with a new 401k. What's the best advice to do with my old 401k? Should I roll it over into my new one, or just let it be? From Shane and Chehalis.
I guess I would look at sometimes 401ks, if they're with large employers, a Microsoft, Boeing, whatever, they do have pretty good funds in them, low cost funds, good diversification. Not a bad idea just to go ahead and keep it there. If you have a fund or a 401k that has limited investment options, expenses are high, you might want to consider that, just rolling that over into an IRA. So out of the employers into the IRA, where now you have the universe of investments to your disposal.
Another person wants to know, what would you go with? They just want your personal opinion, 401k or a pension? I know both have pros and cons.
Well, you don't have a choice on the pension. It's either you either get it or you don't, right?
Question answered.
Yeah, I mean, the pension is something that they pay for usually, right, Todd? You don't have to put your own money into that, so that's always just more desired. If you have to choose one or the other.
The employer picks up the 100% of the cost of any pension. So like we talked about on the teachers, the state of Washington is funding that pension 100% for those teachers. 401ks, the companies may or may not match a contribution. They don't have to, but most do as a benefit for their employees and to incentivize saving for retirement.
And, Todd, that was something that was much more prevalent in the past. And, I mean, I can only look at it is just, for whatever reason, I'm going to call it Wall Street greed. The companies used to be able to do that, and that was part of the cost they're doing business, something way for them to give back to the employees that gave them so much during their career there. And companies just stopped doing that, which I think has really hurt this country.
Yeah, and I think it's a warning call to our younger folks, right? That we need to wake up and we need to start saving early. Earlier the better. And even in your 20s, if you can just put a little bit away and grow that, because the boomer generation didn't have that much of a problem because a lot of them had those pensions, like you said, BJ. So now there are companies that have increased the match. So if they took away the pension, maybe that match can go up to 10 or 12% in some cases. So they have tried to do that, but there's a number of reasons why companies got rid of them. But I think at the bottom line is it's a wake up call for all of us. Start saving for retirement. You think you're in your 20s, it's a long ways away. And I can tell you it goes really fast. And in 20, 25 years from now, you will be so happy that you started early.
Well, as usual, it's flown by, but if you have any questions that didn't get answered by Todd, you can always go to KISW.com and scroll down. You'll see Todd's smiling face on the banner, and he will help you out if he can. And don't forget, man, BECU.org. BECU is a great place if you live, work, or attend school here in Washington State. You are eligible to be part of that great credit union, BECU. Todd, thank you so much for being with us, buddy.
Much appreciated, BJ. Thanks again.
So back in 2009, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, I did not know this, was almost replaced by another well-known singer. This is news to me. Who was it? You're going to hear from that singer at 8:17 on The Rock.
Anyone can slap a logo on a work shirt, but what if you don't want your brand to look generic? With Land's End Business, you can get fully customized clothing, accessories, and promotional products featuring your logo and colors, all expertly made by the Land's End team. See why thousands of companies count on Land's End Business. Go to business.landsend.com/LE2023 and use promo code LE2023 for 20% off your first order. That's business.landsend.com/LE2023. Promo code LE2023 for 20% off your first order.
This is BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Wow, this is wild. There's a new interview with Chris Daughtry, a recent one, where he told the story of Aerosmith's Joe Perry calling him to ask whether he wanted to replace Steven Tyler as the lead singer of Aerosmith.
This kind of blew my mind when I first saw it, because I like Daughtry's voice. I think he's a good singer. I know he kind of got a bum rap because he was on American Idol, so a lot of rock fans never really gave him a time or day, even though he puts on a great show. He writes some good songs. But a lot of people won't even give him a chance because, he's an American Idol guy. But I would have never pegged him to be a guy that would replace Steven Tyler.
Yeah, this was back in 2009, back when it looked like Steven was going to leave the band to pursue a solo career.
Joe Perry and Steven were apparently at odds with each other. Joe Perry calls me. I'm like, first of all, I didn't know Joe Perry had my number. This is incredible. He didn't even take time to how you doing? What? He just went into his reason for calling me. And I don't know what Steven's doing, but we want to work. How would you feel about hitting the road with us? You got some cool songs we could play too.
Wow, he was just like, so Joe Perry's like, whatever we can do, we just want to work, brother.
I just love Joe Perry. No time for small talk. Need you for a singer. Oh, it's Joe Perry from Aerosmith. Hey, that just seems so
no
fun.
nonsense guy.
Right.
I just want to work. I know you probably have songs you want to play. We'll play those too. Very reasonable.
Well, if memory serves me correct, I think Joe Perry was interviewed on the Men's Room, and it was not a fun interview. I think he was just not a fun guy to talk to. So I kind of not surprised that he's not a guy that just wants to kind of catch up and shoot the S. He's like, no, man, I got a job to do, and I want you to be a part of it.
And that's wild.
I don't know if Aerosmith fans would want that.
How about that? I mean,
I wonder.
It's hard to, it's really hard to say. I mean, if he can sing the songs,
right?
I guess that's all that matters. Because Aerosmith fans, man, they span so many different generations. It's hard to say whether, like, do a lot of Aerosmith fans even know who Daughtry is?
You know what, though? I bet a lot of the ones who like more of their popish type of music, like the stuff that's come out, from the movie soundtracks, maybe wouldn't care. They're like, oh, we love Daughtry. This would be awesome.
I wouldn't mind hearing how he would do some of their old stuff either, just to see how that would sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah, you're right, Steve. I don't know the reaction because there's so many different types of fans. Like you said, I'm not sure.
He wouldn't even be in my top 100 singers. I'd have a hard time coming up with 100 singers I think that could sing Aerosmith, but he wouldn't even be a person I would consider.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't even have thought of it.
Isn't it funny that Joe Perry did?
Yeah.
Is it because he thought he could get him cheap?
Or maybe Joe Perry just loves American Idol. It's just like, that's the guy we voted for. We should.
Wouldn't that be funny? He was like, it's my favorite show, and I thought you were the man.
I wonder if Daughtry covered an Aerosmith song, because in American Idol, you're covering songs.
Oh, good.
I wonder.
You know what? It's been so long, because I watched that season, but it's been so long, I forget. But I wouldn't be surprised. In this clip, Daughtry talks about how he reacted to the fact that here's Joe Perry offering me a job.
I was speechless. I don't consider myself any caliber of singer that Steven Tyler is. I would not be able to tackle those songs the way Steven Tyler tackles them. He is irreplaceable. Furthermore, Steven Tyler's alive. You know what I mean? And I was like, there's no way I can do this, Joe.
Probably don't want to deal with that headache of dealing with all the negativity. I found a video from a few years ago. It's from 2014, actually, where he jumped up on stage with the band Train.
Okay.
And as we know, the lead singer of Train is the Seattle Kraken's #1 fan.
Of course.
And he covered Dream On.
Oh.
So I wonder if maybe they heard that.
Oh, I would love to hear that version. I don't know if we can find that and play that.
It's on YouTube if you want. You go about 1:40 in, it looks like he's singing it.
Okay, that's really fascinating. Again, we're talking about Chris Daughtry, who was asked by Joe Perry back in 2009 to be the new lead singer of Aerosmith because Joe and Steven Tyler were not getting along, and it looked like Steven was going to go do a solo career. And I want to know who else Joe Perry called, because you're right, Steve. You say there's a ton of other singers that you would think of before Daughtry. That couldn't have been the only call Joe Perry made.
That's true. I don't think they're like, well, Daughtry's out, so we don't know what to do now.
All right, so you wondered, and I wondered, what would Daughtry sound like singing? And "Dream On" is definitely a classic Aerosmith song.
Yes.
So let's hear how he would sound with that.
Is that him or the Train guy? That's Daughtry.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Not that he has a bad voice, but that sounded great.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like Steven Tyler, but it sounded great.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that if I heard it, especially if, what am I going to get? This is what we're going to get if Steven wasn't available.
All right, first thought. Joe Perry calls you, says, BJ, I need you to help me find a singer. Who's the first person that you could think of?
Oh, well, it's got to be Avril.
Shut
You walked right into that.
You did, Steve. You really did. I don't know why you even asked me that question.
My first thought was a female singer.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, are you? Ooh. All right. I have a guess in my head, but I'd rather see what you say.
Who do you think I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? I actually have a good person that I think that would be good, and it's not maybe in your head, but I'll let you say who you're saying.
All right.
I thought it was going to be one of the Wilson sisters.
That wouldn't be a bad pick, but I'm not going with the Wilson sisters. I'm actually going with somebody who covered an Aerosmith song many years ago and did Janie's Got a Gun. And it was a phenomenal performance.
Oh, I don't think I remember this.
Never mind then. I was going to say Miley Cyrus.
That's what I thought.
Miley Cyrus is that's my number 2.
Yep.
Number 1, Pink.
Oh, good call.
Pink.
She's got those pipes. She has that Steven Tyler.
What did she cover?
Janie's Got a Gun.
Oh, I forget that version.
I think it was on, I can't remember where that was from. It was like an MTV Movie Awards. It's on YouTube. And she had a great voice.
You know something?
She still does.
I would like to hear if you can find that, Danny, because that's a good call. I think, Pink is a good call. Pink in so many ways is just awesome.
And he's always had that feminine vibe to him.
Yes, he has.
He's always kind of teetered the line with that. And I feel like a female would someone like her who has those kind of pipes. Obviously, you can't just pick a random anyone, but she has that energy to her.
Yeah, I was thinking Lizzie Hale.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I was thinking Lizzie.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, not at all. And that's who I was. I had a joke. I was thinking the Wilson sisters. I'm like, Steve's not thinking of that. Like, oh, maybe he's thinking Lizzie.
Oh, then you found the Pink version.
So here's Pink's version of Janie's Got a Gun.
Janie's got a gun. Janie's got a gun.
This is sultry.
The whole world's gone undone. Looking straight at the sun. What did her daddy do? What did he put you through? They say when Jackie was arrested, they found him underneath the chair.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
And there's certain parts where it's like, okay, not my style, but like there's parts where she really belts it out where you're like, oh, okay, she's got the pipes for it.
Yeah. That's a tough one, man. That's like a male singer today who could be Steven Tyler. That's a tough one.
Yeah. What Sammy Hagar, someone said that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, and Sammy has replaced an iconic singer before. So, what if that was Sammy's gig? He just runs around replacing all these other lead singers.
And the person said Lizzie Hale, 100%. Lizzie Hale would crush it.
Yeah. And she's just terrific. She's a terrific human being anyway. So I would love to see more Lizzie Hale out there in the world.
Adam Lambert, another American Idol guy who he sings for Queen right now. Yeah. He'd be great at it too. He's got some great pipes.
And by the way, can we stop hating on American Idol if somebody's actually on that show and has talent and just trying to get some exposure?
Oh, yeah, I have no issues with it.
Yeah, any of those shows like The Voice or whatever, if these people are good and they're just trying to get people to see them, but if they're good,
right,
why would you hate on them for being just out there trying to get attention?
It's just, I think in the rock world, it just seems very corporate if you have a guy or girl that's on American Idol.
Yeah, so again, every rock fan that says that goes out and, has their job.
Oh, no, I know.
It's so funny. They make a living, and God forbid if somebody told them, we're not going to pay you the same because we don't want you to be a sellout. So you can do your job for free, sir.
It is funny, though, the two genres, I think, of music where I haven't seen many people go from being on American Idol or The Voice to become massive stars now is rock and hip-hop. Like country, we've seen plenty.
Yeah.
Christian, like the contemporary Christian music, ridiculous amounts also. Like a lot of them have gone on to do that. I think even like R&B-ish, sure, a little bit. But it's funny how rock or hip-hop are like, nope.
You lost your cred.
Yeah. Well, I don't know any people who've done really hip-hop that have gone very far in American Idol.
Yeah, you're right. Not that I've watched it. I haven't watched it in ages,
that
so I don't know.
That should be the twist this year.
Mumble rappers.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Completely turn your back on like people who sing.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, that's wild to think that Daughtry could have been lead singing for Aerosmith. That's wild.
So I'm a huge Aerosmith fan. I wouldn't want Daughtry or really anyone replacing Tyler. He could probably sing the songs, but he wouldn't be able to perform it like Tyler. Yeah. I mean, Steven Tyler's a whole vibe.
Well, especially when he's in his grandma phase.
Oh, yeah. Someone's even saying right now, if you look at those internet memes, he's turned into the fifth Golden Girl.
Yeah, exactly. I really, I really think,
that's rough.
Yeah, we call that Blanche rock.
It's the stepmom that buys you and your friends alcohol.
Yes, the cool mom.
The cool mom.
He's the cool mom.
Yeah, he is. We joked about this yesterday, but there are people that are actually calling for Sandra Bullock to return her Oscar for The Blind Side.
Okay. I said that as a joke yesterday. Now there's actual people that believe that.
Yeah, this is why I don't know. Again, it's probably the minority. I am so tired of
True.
You see news stories and they go to Twitter and they show quotes from randos on Twitter who are no more influential than you or I. Jimmy from Illinois says, "I don't like it," and they have a couple of those. Next thing you go, everybody on the internet hates this.
But BJ, he's got 17 likes and 3 reposts.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
I mean, that guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it says one guy said, literally one guy, and it's a story about how Sandra Bullock should give her Oscar back.
So it's not even like the president of the Academy Awards or another actor.
And here's what the one guy...
Although I like peeking inside the brain. That's what I love about social media is that we do get to peek inside the brain of stupid people.
Yes. Well, this one guy's an expert, though. Okay, he's an expert on movies. Here's his reason why Sandra Bullock should give the Oscar back for The Blind Side. If you haven't heard, it's basically, the dude that they based the movie on, Orr.
Michael Orr.
Michael Orr Turns out that he got scammed by his adopted parents. And,
Allegedly.
Yeah, you're right. Allegedly scammed by his. That's what he's claiming. He's claiming he got scammed by his adopted parents, allegedly, and because of all that, that he didn't really profit from this, and the whole thing is like just a bit of a mess, and the movie didn't portray it the right way. That's what they're saying.
It was a feel good movie of like of that time, especially to the point where Sandra Bullock was so great in it playing the mom that kind of like brought him into their world and took him under their wing and helped him become the football player that he became. And she won an Academy Award for that performance.
And it's
a great movie. I love the movie.
This one guy said, quote, Sandra Bullock should give her Oscar back. Why? She knows she didn't deserve that crap. Oh, does she? Does she know that one guy?
There's so many based on true story movies that have probably won Academy Awards that aren't really fully true.
Does anybody even know what you get an Academy Award for?
Clearly not.
No, it's like, hey, one guy, you get an Academy Award because your performance was so great. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is. The performance that she did was great. Whether or not it was true, not true, whatever. Guess what? She's not the real mother. She's an actor.
No, she should be sued.
Yeah. She knows she didn't deserve that crap.
He's right.
That one guy on the internet, now that we have a whole story about it, and now the internet's all upset at Sandra Bullock.
She was in on all of it.
Yeah, another said, quote, for some reason, the whole Blindside movie being fake makes me just hate Sandra Bullock.
Oh, me too.
I'm glad we quoted that person, because that person's obviously a major influence in the world. I mean, what?
I kind of want to know how many likes that person got on that tweet.
It's like we're going to a bar talking to really stupid drunk people,
yes,
and they're our correspondents. You know what? Forget you, ABC, NBC, and all the people that put their time into journalistic education. No, we want to talk to Jimmy at the bar. Hey, Jimmy, do you think Sandra deserves what No, I hate her now. I don't know why, but I hate her, even though she had nothing to do with any of this, but just acted in a movie and read a script that they gave her. I hate her.
You know what I love is that this was like quoted in the New York Post by that guy, and he has 6 likes on that one, and 1 repost and 1 quote on it.
That one guy is pretty popular.
I do like someone quoted it and said, why? She just played a part in a blanket movie, you moron.
Yeah, that's really, this is where we are.
I love the internet.
Yeah, the internet
is so different than, dude, you watch TV news and they interview anybody outside that was a witness, and some of the things that those people say are ridiculous, but they still use them. So this is just a text version of it.
You're right about that. It is a waste of time to talk to anybody. Hey, what did you see? I don't know. I mean, you know what? I don't. Okay, never mind. That's Sandra Bullock, but we're talking about a fire, sir. What are you talking? Why is? I just hate her. Okay, well, thank you, sir. Film critic Richard Roper. Okay, that's a film critic.
Okay,
all right. He actually said, "Can we get a little sanity in the situation here?" He said, "Sandra Bullock starred in the fictionalized adaptation of The Blind Side. It is totally misguided and unfair to assign blame to her for the new and deeply disturbing allegations about the real-life story."
Who is this guy, and what is it? Why is he?
I know, he's ruining everything. What does he think he knows things?
Way to put a turd in a punch bowl. We're having fun here.
Hey, Richard, what have you ever done in movies? You can't comment on movies. Who are you? Oh, you're a critic, and you've done this your whole career. One guy over here, he's on the internet, okay? He's got a lot more experience than you. Someone also pointed out that Sandra just lost her longtime partner to ALS. ALS. And, so she's got to hear all this while she just lost somebody? Yeah. That sucks.
I'd imagine that she's not just hanging out on social media reading tweets about herself right now. So thankfully there's that.
I do know this, though. When I am like going through some tough times, yeah, I mean, all of a sudden,
do you vanity search yourself?
Well, I don't vanity search, but if somebody goes, dude, like, what's going on? And it's like people are mad at you and they want you to give your Oscar back. If I'm Sandra Bullock and I'm already grieving, I'll give them the Oscar back. Where is one guy? He's going to get it. I'm going to give it to him myself in a special way.
People are so weird.
Yeah, they really are. That is just, okay. And, okay. Now, I think we have to talk about this a little bit. There's another side that's come out to that Michael Orr story.
I have seen this. It makes a rather interesting side to it all.
Yeah, and again, this is important. Everything is alleged that we're talking about because, Steve and I don't know anything about this.
Because they're like, no, we didn't do anything wrong. We actually still love the guy, and we're mad. We hope that he comes to his senses because we still want to talk to him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The one thing you and I are not alleging is that Sandra Bullock, she knows what she did.
Oh, I said it yesterday.
She doesn't deserve that crap.
No.
Yeah, that's not alleged.
And Tim McGraw should never act in a film again.
Exactly. So I guess this is all information that's coming out.
Frantically Googling Tim McGraw still alive, I hope. Otherwise, that was very tasteless.
Otherwise, well, he better be still alive.
I don't know anymore.
Didn't he just come to our town?
He's fine.
Wasn't it just Tim
I don't know anymore. I say something stupid, and I don't want people to think that I said that as I was like, oh, you
better look. Yeah, as far as I checked, he was
didn't have a chance to fact check my stupid joke first.
We named a town after that man. I hope he's still alive.
Tim Town.
Anyway, so Michael Orr, who's the dude that the whole Blind Side was based on, and he alleges that the family scammed him. And so as the Tuohy family are now saying, hey, he tried to shake them down for $15 million, saying he would go public if they didn't pay up. So that's their side of the story, allegedly.
Oh, so he went to him and said, hey, I'm going to accuse you of all this stuff if you don't give me, just bribe him or blackmail him?
Yeah. But again,
this is going to be the best sequel ever to this movie.
And the attorney said,
Sandra, time to start acting again.
The Tuohys say that they did not trick him into entering a conservatorship, and that's what he's saying. And he thought he was signing adoption papers and then claimed it was a conservatorship, which allowed them to basically take all the money and do whatever they want that he made on that movie. Because they said he was 18 at the time and they couldn't adopt him when he was 18. Really? Because I feel like actually I know you can be. I think I got adopted after 18.
I have no idea.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought I went and got adopted after 18 years old.
Is it a state-by-state thing or
Maybe
is it a federal thing? I have no idea.
And they're saying the conservatorship was the only way they could help him get health insurance, a driver's license, and get into college. Well, I didn't need any of that. I didn't need this. I have to tell you this from my own experience. I was not adopted, and I got all of that. So I don't know what these people are talking about. I know my own experience being a foster kid. I was able to get a license. I was able to get everything. So I don't know what they're talking about.
They did say the lawyer's like, dude, this family's rich as all hell. Like, they didn't need the money, so they don't know why. Like, they are being accused. I don't know how rich they are, but I remember based on the movie, they were well off.
Well, then why they give the kid 15 mil? You know what I mean? Give the kid some cash.
Oh, so someone's just going to blackmail you? You're going to just give them the money?
Well, I mean, is it blackmail or is he saying that should have been my money in the first place? I mean, I understand that the way he put it was blackmail, but it's like, look, if I believe I'm owed money from you, and you're like, I don't think it is. I go, well, I'm going to go tell the story then, because your story is why I believe I owe money.
Do we know if he's been smart with his money since post-NFL? Because, I mean, I know he probably made some coin in the NFL. I don't know how. I mean, he was a decent player. He played for a little bit. But, like, did he, I mean, you hear these stories of a lot of athletes when they're done with playing pro. Next thing you know, they're broke.
All I know is
he's broke, and he's trying to find any way to be able to make some cash. This could be his what? I don't know which side's true. I can't wait for the next movie so I can figure it out. But I don't know.
According to the net worth site, he's worth $16 million as of 2 days ago.
Yeah, but what am I worth for that stupid site? That
$1.7 million.
Yeah, they're completely wrong.
Oh,
right. You're a solid $3 million right now.
Yeah, I know. What are they
It's
trying
a
to do?
different site, BJ. Actually, it's a Pro Football Network.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, here's the thing. The Tuohys, according to the attorney, the Tuohys are heartbroken over this with their hundreds of millions of dollars, and they didn't want to give the kid 15 mil.
I do love this text said, Quentin Aaron, the actor who played the football player, should sue Sandra Bullock. I like that idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so they're hoping to reconcile with this guy, but the lawyer says they will not hesitate to defend their good name, stand up to this shakedown, and defeat this offensive lawsuit. Really? If you've got hundreds of millions of dollars and the kid wanted 15 mil, which, I mean, if you have that much money and I really want to know the mindset behind all of this.
$15,000. 15 mil is a lot of money, I think, no matter how rich you are.
Yeah, 100. Well, I mean, you think you have $100,000. Is 15 grand a lot?
To me, it would be.
Yeah. All right. In that case, you're right. The math works. Yeah. I mean, so I still 100,000. 15 grand is not that bad.
Yeah.
100 million is good money, buddy. I'd give you 15 mil.
Well, I'll remember that next time your net worth is over 100 million.
Yeah, well,
whoever's creating this website, can you please make that happen?
No, don't do that, because I don't.
It'd be great tomorrow. We find out you're worth now 100 million.
Yeah, really. Because maybe they're just trolling us the whole time. I don't even know why I'm on this website. I don't warrant even being on this website with net worth.
Oh,
and here
sure,
I am.
That's what they all say.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What popular dish soap brand shares its name with a small waterfall?
Dove?
No.
Dawn?
No.
Wow.
Ocean Springs?
No.
You'd only know about our mountain. I don't know if we gave the answer to this. I can't remember if we did.
No. The text was still very upset with us.
Yeah, and they
called us a bunch of blank holes.
Yeah, and I gave you a clue, because if you only knew about our mountain range.
Cascade.
There we go. Good job, buddy. Thank you. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
It's after bedtime, the kids are asleep, and the moms are out to play.
We're Dina and Kristen, the duo behind the Instagram account Big Little Feelings. I'm Dina. I'm a child therapist and mom of two who nerds out on all things neurobiology and psychology. And Kristen is a parent coach who wrangles 3 kids on a daily basis, here to give it to us like it is.
We weren't meant to do this parenting thing alone. Consider After Bedtime your village.
Follow After Bedtime with Big Little Feelings on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to beat me?
Oh, yeah.
I know Thomas from Oak Harbor is. Thomas, are you there?
I am here. Good morning. I'm ready for my BJ.
Good morning.
Nice.
All right, Steve, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Thomas has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In SpongeBob SquarePants, what kind of animal is Mr. Krabs' daughter, Pearl?
A whale.
Yes. The viral infection often referred to as the kissing disease is called what?
Mono.
Yes. The San Francisco 49ers play in what stadium nicknamed Field of Jeans?
Candlestick Park?
No.
No, that's the old one. Oh, my goodness.
King and emperor are types of what animal?
Penguin.
Yes. Who is currently the host of The Masked Singer?
Oh, dude. Wayne Brady?
No.
Pass.
A standard dark and stormy cocktail is garnished with what?
Cocktail. Fruit?
No.
No, pass.
What is the Jewish New Year called?
Hanukkah?
No.
You should pass.
Passover?
No.
Oh, okay. You should have just passed instead of pass over.
I did it.
And what did he say for the dark and stormy cocktail garnish?
I just said fruit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Thomas, did you even want to play this? It sounds like you've really given up.
it sounds like he was defeated by like the second question. He like gave up on himself.
He seemed like he was really happy at the beginning, and then he realized, I am so out of my league.
Yeah, some of those questions I just didn't know. Like the Masked Singer, I don't watch it. So
Whoa. Don't give anything away.
It doesn't matter. Do you think it matters?
Probably not.
Thomas has no shot. I mean, Thomas knows. He knows what's up.
Steve, are you ready?
Thomas, do you want to hang on the line, or do you want to just walk away and save your cell phone minutes in case that's a
I'll
thing?
hang on, man. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
go.
he still has a chance.
All right, fair enough. You know what? I love the attitude.
In SpongeBob SquarePants, what kind of animal is Mr. Krabs' daughter Pearl?
An oyster.
No.
Oh. A crab?
No.
A lobster.
No. The viral infection often referred to as the kissing disease is called what?
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. They talked about that in the Bible. Watch out for the tuberculosis. It's a plague, I tell you.
I can't hear TV.
No. Yes. Jeez. The San Francisco 49ers play in what stadium nicknamed Field of Jeans?
Jeans? Levi Stadium.
There we go. Yes.
There you
King
go.
and emperor are types of what animal?
Crab.
No.
King lion.
No.
King fish.
No. Who is currently the host of The Masked Singer?
I have no idea. I'm going to guess, is it Ken Jeong?
No.
I don't know if that's how you say his name, but that's a good try.
A standard
Yes, it is.
dark and stormy
I think so.
cocktail is garnished with what?
Dirt.
No.
Sand.
No.
Oh, my God.
Chocolate.
Did Thomas win?
This is a train wreck, Steve. You got one correct.
Thomas?
So, Thomas, you win.
Good job.
3-1.
Good job, Thomas. There's a pitcher's duel.
That has been the greatest beat Migs I've ever seen.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Oh my God! Oh yeah!
Nice
Go,
work.
Thomas, go. We had no faith.
Thomas, I had no faith in you. like
Thomas,
Sarah.
I had a lot of faith in you.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Thank you. Ooh.
Yeah, nice work, Thomas. Good job on you, buddy.
Good thing you hung in there, right? And just
Yeah.
didn't give up.
I'm glad you
Never give
did.
up.
Never surrender.
BJ wanted you to hang up.
What?
How rude of him.
This is the making of a great Disney film. The man who did not give up at Beat Migs.
Yeah, how about this? We can get Sandra
There you
Bullock.
go.
We'll get Sandra Bullock to star in it, and then later on you
great.
can sue her and take her Oscar away.
Can she play me?
Yeah. Oh, she will.
Nice.
She'll play a great you. Yeah. Well, thanks for playing, buddy. And Steve, you get this because you're such an amazing player. Ah, you lost. Wow, I would have lost money on you today. I would have bet that Steve would have won this. And
Those
boy,
were hard
We
questions,
should have
guys.
You really did. You went down in flames.
They were tough questions.
Well, two that Thomas got correct and you didn't. Mr. Krabs' daughter Pearl on SpongeBob is a whale.
Yeah, duh, Steve.
Oh,
Come on,
I'm
how'd you
so
not know that?
sorry. I mean, I didn't realize.
It makes total sense.
I thought this was a judgment-free zone.
It was funny though, because like you gave him like the eyes when he said oyster, and so he was like, "Oh, duh, crab," and you're like, "No," and like a whale's much better.
I just pictured just a cartoon character that's an oyster, and I was like, that would be ridiculous. But a whale.
Where do you get pearls out of an oyster?
Yeah, clams. I would have thought the
You
same
guys
thing.
weren't tracking?
No.
I was not tracking.
Oh,
that at
yeah.
all.
Clam.
That's not my problem. You guys are just so ignorant.
I thought it was a clam, and I thought, but I don't watch SpongeBob a lot,
be a
so
good
I
one,
had no
too.
idea.
Clearly, Danny and I do, and so does Thomas, because
Yeah.
you would never guess a whale unless you knew.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
The viral infection, often referred to as the kissing disease, is called what? You were not close at all.
Then I don't want to say it again. I thought it was TB.
No, it's mono.
Mononucleosis, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the Levi Stadium one. That's the only one you got right.
That was a lucky guess.
Good
too.
guess on that.
yeah, Field of Jeans. That's cute.
That was very cute.
It's very clever.
That's where the Giants play, right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
49ers.
Oh, the Niners.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
King and emperor are types of penguins.
Ah, yeah.
Yep, now I know.
Does anyone know the host of The Masked Singer? He has a lot of kids.
Is it? Oh,
it's Nick Cannon.
Yep.
I thought it was Wayne Brady for some reason.
No, that's what he said too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I totally forgot Nick Cannon was over there because he was on AGT and he went over to Masked Singer. Okay.
Yep. Is
Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
Well, he's got to make a deal to get these bigger roles.
Does anyone know a standard dark and stormy cocktail garnish?
Isn't it an orange?
No.
I'm going to say an olive.
No.
A radish.
Radish. It's a lime.
It's some kind
the
of
most
fruit, yeah.
basic.
Oh, lime?
Yes. And one you didn't get to, BJ, I hope you know the answer to this.
I better.
What is the Jewish New Year called?
Yom Kippur, right?
No.
We did Passover.
No.
We did Hanukkah. Yom Kippur.
Rosh Hashanah.
There we go, Steve.
Nice work, dude. I know.
Wow.
And I know.
Dad, you call yourself half Jewish.
I just found out that I'm half Jewish.
Well, you need to at least know when your New Year is.
I'm a very bad Jewish person. You're right.
Well, now you'll never forget, hopefully.
Rosh Hashanah. I mean, I know them all. I forgot Rosh Hashanah.
I know them all, but I forgot.
Well, I know all the big names of all the big Jewish holidays, but I forgot Rosh Hashanah. I couldn't think of it.
I think that's a big one, too. So.
Yeah. Well, there's 4 big ones that I know of, and we just said them all.
I bet.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, congratulations, Steve, on doing absolutely terribly.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
That was rough.
You're number 1. That's what's key.
Number 1.
No, that's how many you got right. Sorry, I confused both of those. Yeah. All right, well, it is your time, even though it's not Steve's time. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It's Listeners on the Loose. 206-803-ROCK. Your calls, your texts. We'll take them at 917 on The Rock.
Hey, you got something to say? They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Brought to you by Whole Foods Market. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text for Listeners on the Loose. When you get through, make sure you follow Steve's rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we will be gone. Then we'll have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
Text are coming in. Somebody wanted to know, what is your go-to for celebrating? For me, it's splurging on a new movie.
Oh, that's a cool go-to.
That is a good way to celebrate. I'm trying to think. Food, probably.
Yeah, that's me.
I mean, I know some people are like, let's hit the bars. But anytime anything like cool has happened, I'm like, let's eat out tonight. Let's get crazy.
That was what was fun. You guys always find some good eateries wherever we go in Texas. There were 3 places that you guys that I followed along with you, and I was happy with all of them. The Katy Ice House Station, or whatever it was called.
I forgot about that one. Yes,
that was with the whiskey pecan pie.
Katy
Trail. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. It was a giant outdoor eating place. It had an indoor spot too, which. In retrospect, I wish we would have went indoors.
Yeah, why didn't we? I don't know why we didn't do that. I didn't even know it was there until later.
We got too excited and we sat down at the first possible table we could sit at, which was outside.
I was going to say, Steve and I were a little tipsy and we really wanted some food. And so we were just like, hey, look, there's a table that's big enough. And then I go to the bathroom and I'm like, there's a hole inside.
I know.
And it was air conditioned.
Yes, it was.
Yes, I was dying. I thought you kids just wanted to do it and I followed along with you.
Also, Danny and I were the first to walk into this because you have to still show your ID. You go in, and now you're in this crazy world that is a ridiculous sized establishment.
Yeah.
You all were also tipsy and drunk and talking to everybody.
Yeah.
And I had no idea if you were going to find us if we went inside. So I think we were like, let's just grab a table that they will have to walk upon us.
That is fair.
Yeah. And the cool thing about that place, too, they had the Seahawks game on.
They did.
They had to see how we were watching the Seahawks, and outside of it being 107 degrees, that would have been that would have been the best place. I was thinking to go there and watch football during the season, and when it was 80 degrees, that'd be the perfect place.
Yeah, as uncomfortable as it was, I was still happy we had the outside experience.
Yeah,
it was cool. No, it was just fun to people watch. There's a ton of people around there. That was pretty badass,
and really it helped my hangover because I drank so much water. Like that, I drank so much water that there was no way I wasn't getting enough water between my drinks. So that worked out
we were
well.
Just crushing water.
Tasty hot dog. I forget what kind of hot dog I had, but they smothered it. It was so amazing.
Chili cheese dog. We had the same one.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah.
See, I remembered kind of. It was so good.
Yeah, I had some kind of avocado sandwich thing.
Oh, so
I don't know what it was, but it was delicious.
Then we went to the Slutty Vegan. That was good.
Yes.
Slutty Vegan was my favorite place we ate the entire time.
I liked the pizza place that we went to as well.
Pizza was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a good place.
It was called Pie Tap.
Yeah, and it was packed. The guy was super nice. He tried to help us as much as we could because we had 10 people. He's like, do you have a reservation? I said, no. And I even tried to pull a move.
What'd you do?
I said, look, dude, is there maybe a little bit of a little something I can float your way to get us a table for 10?
Wow.
No, you didn't.
I tried. I never done that in my life.
Did
but
you have the money in your hand?
I didn't have it in my hands, but I was ready. And he just looked at me and smiled and said, sir, I would love to help you out, and but I can't. But then he was like, but go do this, this, and this. And so we were able to get stuff done, I think, because I
took over the bar.
Yeah, and then eventually he got us a table. But
that was a place where your son called the Uber to the wrong Pie Tap place.
Yeah, good job, Joe.
Yeah, because I was like, we both left at the same time, our crew and then Danny's crew. And I'm like, where are you guys? You're like, we're at the wrong Pie Tap. I'm like, it's a franchise? Okay, well.
Yeah.
The best part was like you guys could sit outside, and typically I'd be like in for that. And he took us to the outdoor dining spot, which was empty.
Sure.
You know, this place was packed. Outside was empty, and I'm like, we walk out there for a half a second. He's like, we have misting fans. I'm like, these fans have no mist in them. They're just blowing hot air. Like if you turn the fans off, it would be more tolerable.
It might be better.
Yeah.
So that's how we reward ourselves, Steve and I, with food. Danny, did you say food as well for you?
I see it. Well, I'm just going to say what Steve both said: food and drink.
Food and drink.
Oh, you reward yourself with drink more than food, don't you?
I would say both because like a lot of times, like I think about like little wins that I have, and it's like every single time it's like I go home and tell my girlfriend, I was like, we're going to get food tonight, and we're gonna even if it's a Wednesday night, we're getting alcohol because usually we try not to drink during the week.
Yeah.
But it's like no, we're getting some champagne or beer or something.
I wonder, do you guys want to guess Sarah's?
Sarah's is going to be boxed wine.
Yeah, it's got to be some beverage.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if I'm celebrating with my husband, it's definitely food because that's what he prefers. But if I'm celebrating with my girls, we are going out.
Yeah.
So bar and club.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's why I never celebrate with Sarah.
Yeah.
It's completely liquid. There are no solids
Funny
involved.
how you guys are like food and drinks. Mine is food and more food, meaning ice cream or like menchie.
Oh,
or something.
yes.
Food and dessert.
Food and dessert. I'm 100% with you on that, brother.
And yeah, and food, it's funny watching Sarah every time we go out to eat too, because I'm just like, I bet you she's getting a salad. And sure enough, I look over, we're all eating pizza or burgers. She's just sitting there with like a Caesar salad. I'm like,
hey, we shared a pizza.
Did you?
And by shared, she
Slices.
had 2 slices and I had the rest.
2 slices is mega for Sarah.
That is.
I did get a Caesar salad and it was fabulous.
Yeah, they had like a veggie pizza. We could do it no cheese. So like, Sarah and I were like, we were the perfect duo for these situations because it's like if there's anything that's like non-meat, we're like in for it.
Meanwhile, we took the rest of the meat.
Yes, we did.
A lot of the meat.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah. So
at least you didn't pull what Sarah's friend did, which was the funniest thing ever. Do you remember this, Sarah?
When she spilled her drink
Yes.
all over her pizza.
oh no, that's horrible.
Oh, Myra's awesome.
Oh,
But
she is
something
something.
happened, and she had one of those like fancy drinks, like the ones that are like in like a weird glass.
It was an
And,
espresso martini.
yeah.
Oh
In a
no,
martini glass.
and that does not taste like pizza.
And she did something. Something happened to her. Maybe she laughed. I don't know what it was, but her entire drink like flew in the air. Half of it landed on the pizza that she was sharing with another girl.
Oh no!
And the other half landed on that girl's clothes.
Oh no!
I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I didn't even know that happened.
Oh.
And this was the first time my friend had met this other girl that she spilled her drink all
that's
over.
horrible.
And that girl Nina, she had multiple.
Nina, yeah.
Like the next day, someone spilled a drink on her again, and I'm like, I don't know what it is about you, but people like spilling drinks on you.
And I don't think Nina dresses cheaply. Like she wears really good clothes.
She was
And-
wearing nice clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not cool to be spilling drinks on
Yeah,
good,
then
nice
she punched
clothes.
Sarah's friend. It was crazy.
Well, I mean,
she couldn't be more understanding.
Yeah, Nina. Nina's like, you know how much this costs? I'm punching a bee.
But then not only was her outfit ruined, but their pizza that they were sharing.
Which to me was more heartbreaking.
More important, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like soggy.
Yes.
Yeah, they were like, it kind of tastes like coffee, but
Yeah, coffee pizza. Let's do it.
yeah, it was like a barbecue chicken pizza.
BJ, we need to lay off the alcohol because I don't remember this at all.
I don't either.
And I was
Danny,
sitting next to Nina.
I don't remember any of that, Danny. And
I
I
remember it.
I was at that table, I think.
You were.
Yeah.
Wow, I have no recollection of that
You were
happening.
deep in you were making somebody cry at that point.
Oh, that's what I usually do. Yeah, well, I think
Yes,
you know what?
actually, he was.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Was I really? Who did I make cry that time?
I can't remember her name.
Sammy.
Sam.
Oh,
So
but
then
I
you
said,
made-
well, I was
you made
thinking-
that other girl,
I was
Vicky,
saying
cry.
nice. I said Sammy's a good kid. I love Sammy. I said she was really talented. That made her cry.
Yeah.
It makes people cry, man.
Well, I mean,
Damned
she
if you
is.
do and damned if you don't.
Yeah, she's really quality. Well, anyway, I mean, what can I tell you?
Then you made that Ricky girl cry.
Yeah, well, she
wanted it. I know. You told us.
No,
that.
she was on her way. I mean, she had herself some beverages.
Same with Emily. He made an Emily cry too.
I made Emily cry.
I remember her
I don't
telling
even
me
know who
that.
Emily is.
I think they're happy tears. Well, you got to know that they're happy tears.
I had happy tears every time I heard you made a girl cry.
I know. I told all the girls to stop crying. I said, my show is they're going to give me a hard time for this. I'm like, I'm just being nice to you. Stop crying, please.
Yeah.
But that's what sometimes people do when they feel like you're being nice and they cry. Like happy. No?
Well, don't feel bad. You don't remember that because ever since Morning Show Boot Camp, obviously, like a lot of people in the industry are like posting their favorite pictures and memories, and they're tagging everybody on their social media pages. I've come across so many different pictures of me and somebody I don't remember taking the picture.
Oh, that's bad.
There are moments that I'm like, I don't even remember. I was like, I didn't even know I hung out with that person. And I'm like, there I am with him. taking a picture. We're hugging.
My best buddy.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that was that emo night. Yeah.
You're not going to remember anything there.
That was a lot of beverages consumed.
Yeah, you were the guy buying all the shots.
That was emo night part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2 was a lot crazier than part 1, I'll be honest with you.
It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-803-ROCK. We've got more of your calls, more of your texts. We'll take those at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. Aaron in Chehalis, you are on The Rock.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Morning, Aaron. What you got for us, buddy?
I was just curious. I was just wondering what everyone's favorite beverage of choice is after working outside on, like, a really hot day like today.
Oh, like, it doesn't have to be alcoholic, you're saying?
It could be either. I was wondering, preferably, what your alcohol choice is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. We could do both.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but the first thing I thought of was a strawberry lemonade from Red Robin. They're so freaking good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
You know what? Drop some vodka in there. Now we're good to go.
Oh, there you go, John Daly. Now you're talking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How about you, Danny?
Oh, my favorite non-alcoholic is just an iced tea, unsweet iced tea. I don't know what it is about it with like some lemon. I love it so much. But if we're going alcoholic, I'm going to have to go with a vodka lemonade with some seltzer water in it because you get the bubbles, but you get the refreshingness of it all.
Nice.
Yeah, see, I like an Arnold Palmer. That's a thing. But you know what? A diet, I mean, sometimes a soda is just the right thing. So if you want to alcohol it up, of course, I love my rum. But a Diet Cola, boy, do I really like a good Diet Cola.
Oh, a good Diet Coke sometimes.
Yeah,
just hits at the right time.
It does hit. It's as they used to say, I don't know if it was Coke or Pepsi, but somebody had the old line back in the day, the pause that refreshes. That was one of their taglines way back in the day.
So what is it for Aaron?
Yeah, how about you, buddy?
I would probably have to pick a nice cold Coors Banquet.
Oh, okay.
Banquet. All
If it was going to be alcoholic for me, if it was going to be a non-alcoholic drink, I would probably say, I don't know. I'm kind of like a kid when it comes to beverages. I kind of like a red Powerade.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking of
I feel like one of those on a hot day. If it's not alcoholic, one of those just hits the spot so easy.
A summer ale for me is appreciate the call, Aaron. Like a Sam Adams or a men's room summer ale. I forgot. I used to love the summer ale from Sam Adams. Loved it.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even think of beer, but with Steve and I have been there before. We all have been there before. But Twin Peaks, especially the one here in Washington, they're known for their 29-degree beer. And if you go there and it's frosty like beer. Oh, it's right on the right.
You guys remember Ice House?
No.
Ice House was a beer that for some reason it felt like, I don't know if it was the name, but it felt so much colder than a beer. And I thought, is it the name or is it really colder? But I loved Ice House especially in the summer because it was so. I don't even know if they make that beer anymore.
I don't know. I know Keystone Ice. That's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. Does anybody else remember Ice House? Am I losing my mind? Is it a Mandela effect and I'm completely wrong?
All right. What about Sarah though?
So non-alcoholic, I am such a Gatorade girl. So,
oh, dude,
yep.
I'm with you. What flavor?
Ooh, the cherry, the white one.
I like yellow or purple.
Oh, yeah, J-Rubs loves purple. I don't mess with the grape. Y'all are crazy.
Grape. Grape is the superior flavor for everything.
Not. I judge him every day because he loves it.
Tell him I love him for that.
There's only so much I'll have grape on. Grape jelly.
Soda.
No
grape jelly.
No grape soda for me. Grape jelly, yes.
Grape gum. Grape fruit snacks.
No, sorry.
Grape nerds.
No.
I mean, I could keep going.
You really should keep going. Matter of fact, you know what? If we open the door, would you keep going?
Keep going, but just
grape
go with
juice.
the word orange, not grape.
Not grape juice either.
Orange is pretty good.
I love orange.
Or like strawberry.
I like grapes. Like grapes themselves.
Yeah,
I like
grapes.
I do like those.
I like wine.
Yeah.
Those are made out of grapes.
Well, I guess there's a good point there.
But then if we're going alcoholic beverage for the heat, I don't know why, but I always crave a margarita. Oh, God. With the salt around the rim, too. Maybe to get that sodium.
I legit thought you were going to say a Four Loko for a second.
Grape Four Loko.
There you go. Now you've called it.
Those I like.
What is to me, now, if we're going to go like tropical Mai Tai, for me, is also what I'm...
Mai Tai overrated.
Okay, you know
I
what?
had him in Hawaii.
Yeah, you know what?
I know.
A Hawaiian Mai Tai. It's like the whole experience.
I want to just ask for a refund. I was like, can
What?
you take this and give me something good like a pina colada?
Oh, well, no, I can't argue with pina colada.
Or
That's
a
good
grape
too.
soda with vodka.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's it. I can't even. You can't go to Hawaii and ask for a grape soda with vodka. They'll kick you out of the state.
I sure can.
Yeah, I know you can, but you will be deported.
Okay.
You'll be deported back to Puyallup. 206-803-ROCK hits. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show.
All right, this person says, my wife believes that the Barbie movie is perfect. She gave it a 100%. Is there any movie that you would call a 100% movie? For me, it's Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's a good call. By the way, Barbie movie, good call.
Perfect?
I have to say it really. I want to see it again. I don't know if I'm going to get to the theater to see it again, but when it comes out, I agree that movie was so well done from beginning to end that it. I think she's right.
So you would put it as a perfect movie?
Yeah, I think it's
That
damn
sounds
close
crazy.
to perfect. I know it does, but as I think about it, Sarah, am I crazy? I mean, it was beginning to end. It was really a good movie, and it was long and still really, really good.
I saw it twice, and I was just as entertained the second time.
Yeah, it's
88% according to the critics, 83% according to the audience. That's not 100%.
No, it's not. You're right, and I also think that. But you know what? Pulp Fiction, I can't argue with
That's
that.
a good
either.
one.
I can't argue with that. I will put Galaxy Quest on that list because it's considered one of the 4 perfect movies ever made. There's a whole parameter of what they decided, and I don't know where the article
Galaxy
is.
Quest?
I know. But they talked about all the reasons when it comes to movie making, why Galaxy Quest is a fantastic movie, and I don't know where the article is, but I do agree it's a terrific movie. And you don't have to be a Star Trek fan to appreciate it.
Who made this list? The director of Galaxy Quest?
Probably was the guy that did it. And I wish I had it. I should have kept the link to the article.
Do you remember what the other 3 movies were?
No, that's the other thing. But they were not like sci-fi movies. They were they were legit movies.
That's fair.
And I wish I kept it because it was all highfalutin sort of film noir talk.
Was one of them either Rocky 1, 2, 3, or 4? Not 5.
Don't remember if Rocky was on the list. I have to tell you, it's possible Rocky 1 was on the list.
Ooh, see, I'm torn, actually. I'm going back and forth between. I love Rocky 1 and 2, but there's something really awesome about Rocky 3. Mainly just like the villain that he had, which was Clubber Lang, Mr. T.
Yeah,
the tragedy of Mickey.
Yeah, I still think Rocky 1 is better than 3.
Oh, I mean, I can't argue. It's like trying to argue what's my favorite Metallica record. It depends on the day, but right now I'm leaning towards Rocky 3.
I mean, look, Rocky 3 was a fine follow-up for folks that like the franchise and like all that. But, I mean, the first one it's hard to beat.
This will give you a peek inside my brain, though.
Okay.
Also, another 100% movie, Half-Baked.
Oh, well.
There's nothing wrong with that film.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? I'd have to watch that again.
Then The Hangover.
The Hangover is a really good movie.
Especially when you talk about the first time you watched it.
Especially when you find out where the dude is the whole time.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
And that's a well-done movie. Is it perfect? I don't know, but, man, it's well done.
And then I'd also throw Superbad into the mix.
Gosh, that's another good choice.
Those are my perfect films.
That's a good choice. And you're picking fun movies. You know me.
But that's all I care about. I'm not going to be like, my favorite movie.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You pick good fun. You pick well-done fun movies. Like, I don't have a problem with a movie if it's well done. And those movies you picked out were well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Danny, anything at all? I know you're not.
Titanic.
Movie I'll never see.
Perfect. From beginning to end.
Titanic was a pile.
No, it was the best thing that's ever been on TV.
There were parts of Titanic that were, first of all, it was in the movie theaters first.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. There were parts of Titanic that were really epic. I give James Cameron that. But there were parts of it that I was like, God,
Okay,
this is
Nightmare
so
Before Christmas then, guys.
Ooh,
someone
I'll
just
give you
said
that.
Someone put that Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'll give you that.
Perfect Halloween and perfect Christmas movie.
I'll give you that, sir. I would argue again for its time, Star Wars Episode 4, the first one that was ever out there, beginning to end, it was a very entertaining movie.
I don't know. I'd throw Empire Strikes Back if I'm going to get into the Star Wars world.
I understand why people think that's a better movie. I disagree because the first movie was just so epic, and it had such an impact on me as a 17-year-old. I know that people think Empire, but it's got a great story and the cliffhanger. I'm sorry. I think Episode 4 is better because we didn't know anything about it.
It's still great. I'm not going to poo-poo it. Like, I'm not even a big Star Wars fan. But I really enjoyed the first 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, well, yeah, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, was okay because those stupid Ewoks.
That's what made it, honestly, Empire Strikes Back had the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You're such a child.
Well, that's when I watched some BJ.
Okay,
so
fair
yes.
enough. Yeah, fair enough.
And then Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, had the Ewoks.
That's why I hated little kids liking that movie. But they were movies.
They were meant for little kids.
All of them always have been, which is why everybody's so mad at the whole situation. By the way, if you are a Star Wars fan and you have not checked out the podcast, The Redemption of Jar Jar Binks, it's a 6-episode podcast. It is fascinating. I didn't realize that. You know how the internet cancels everybody and hates everybody? Apparently, Jar Jar Binks was the first time the internet got together and hated somebody. I didn't know he was the first one, Ahmed Best. And it's a fascinating story of that poor guy and what happened to his life because of the hatred of Jar Jar Binks. I didn't know all the stuff that was going on back in the 90s. It really, if you like podcasts and you like Star
Here's
Wars.
my question about that. Because, people play bad guys in movies all the time. People play characters that people don't like all the time. But why would you let it get to your head? Because, he was just playing you didn't even see him. Well, he was a CGI character. Were people directing their hate towards the actual actor?
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, then I understand why it was bothering him. That's what I was curious about. I was like, if everyone just says, I hate Jar Jar Binks, I'm not going to take it personally.
Well, here's the thing that happened. There were the Star Wars fans that hated it because they thought this is horrible. This is not what Star Wars is supposed to be, this goofy character. But there were other people that thought the character was racist. And a lot of people were writing about that. And poor Ahmed, he's an African-American dude. He was in Stomp, very, very talented actor. He created the character based on his own stuff. Like, nobody made this for him. He did it himself, and other people were calling the character racist, and that just cut him to the deep. He was like, I'm the guy that created how he was and how he moved and how he spoke. He said, that was all me. That wasn't any Lucas or anything.
So he took it personally.
Yeah, and then people it was a hate-a-thon. And remember, we never knew the hate-a-thon that the internet could be the way it is now.
Sure.
And he was the first dude to actually get the hate-a-thon from the internet. People, headless Jar Jar Binks websites just showing him beheaded, and it was a beating.
I'm sure if the internet existed when the Ewoks appeared, there would have been a lot of hate.
Oh, I would have been the
Ewoks.
guy.
I would have been the guy.
I would have been the guy. Headless Ewoks would have been
his
me.
username on whatever the social media account would be @EwokHater69 or something.
Yeah, that would have been me. So anyway, do a search for The Redemption of Jar Jar Binks. It is a fascinating podcast.
All right, Sarah, if you're putting together what's your perfect movie?
The Notebook.
We could have guessed that.
Of course. Is it? It's well done. I hate to say it, it is. And the ending is pretty epically good for romantic people.
Oh my! Every time I've seen it probably like 100 times, and each time I always cry.
Have you ever read the book? I forget.
No.
Okay, that's what I
Hell
thought.
no.
Have you read The Notebook?
read the Note movie.
I don't know.
Don't forget about Top Gun Maverick. Ooh. That's a good. There's a lot of Top Gun movies. A lot of Tom Cruise movies I could put in this list.
Here's what I want to say.
Like all the Mission Impossible movies.
Top Gun Maverick was really good. But there were parts of Top Gun Maverick that weren't good. Like the entire Jennifer Connelly love story with him, I did not like. I didn't need it. It wasn't a perfect movie. It was a good movie. It was definitely worth seeing. Definitely worth the accolades. But if we're talking perfect movie, I don't know if it was perfect.
Night and Day. Perfect Tom Cruise.
Why do you keep bringing up one of his not so great movies?
It's fun and it's full of action. It's everything I want in life.
Now Mission Impossible, the latest one. Yeah, I don't think that was a perfect movie either, but I still enjoyed the hell out of that.
So is it Jack Reacher or Tom Cruise?
Well, some people would argue that because he wasn't really what the character was supposed to be. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Jack Reacher, but I don't know if it's perfect.
What about the Jason Bourne movies? Especially the first two. And then I lost track.
Yeah, would you call them perfect?
I really enjoyed them from beginning to end. That's a good question. I have to watch them back.
That's the problem. When we talk about a perfect movie, it's so hard to know what that there was no part of the movie that you could do without.
Oh, Transporter. Jason Statham.
Dude, that was good.
That was a joyride.
That was good.
Even the second one. Was the second one which one had him having sex out there on the
I know that makes
the horse race.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
hard
right.
going.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Transporter's a good movie. Wait, is that the Transporter?
Oh, no, Crank.
Yeah, that's not Transporter. I was going to say that's Crank. And boy, that's a whole different meaning for that movie, isn't it?
Crank was an awesome movie.
Okay, I'm so happy you really know what movies are like.
Hey, it has Jason Statham in it, right?
They both do. You're absolutely right. One he was cranking, and the other one he was transporting.
Crank was awesome.
I still like the Transporter, though. I think the first Transporter. I think the first movie is it perfect? I think it's kind of close. I really enjoyed it. All right, but it's totally
it's Crank 2, High Voltage.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think that's not a perfect movie.
It had the horse racing.
I know you like sex and horse races. I get it.
Whoa.
That doesn't mean,
that didn't
not at
sound
the same
right.
time, but I mean, well. Hey, here's a question for you. What do Ryan Castle and Ashton Kutcher have in common? You're going to find out at 9:50 on The Rock.
And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Ashton Kutcher have in common?
I have had relations with Mila Kunis and Demi Moore in my mind.
Okay, there we go.
And Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Did
Went on 2.5 Men together, right?
Oh, yeah. That's a different sort of relations than I was
Ashton,
thinking about.
very unmemorable time
I
on
was like,
Ashton.
I don't remember that story.
Yeah, Ashton, you don't remember Ashton. They tried to get that to be a good show without Charlie, and it just didn't last long.
He wasn't doing enough cocaine.
That's
maybe
the
he
problem.
didn't have tiger blood.
That's it. So how about Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are following Gwyneth Paltrow's lead by putting their beach house in Santa Barbara on Airbnb.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me they were going to have a candle that smelled like their genitals.
I already have the Ashton. It's amazing.
Yeah, they're offering up a
Smells
one
like
night
pineapple.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Do they need money?
I know. Why are they doing this? It's a one-night stay for up to 4 guests. It's only on August 19th. They're doing it for 1 day.
Wait, that's like 3 days from now.
Yeah, and it's steps from the beach, and Ashton and Mila say they're going to actually be there to greet you upon arrival, make sure everything you need is there at their house.
I never want to meet the Airbnb people. Leave me alone.
I want to be. If the Airbnb person's Mila Kunis,
okay,
you can tuck me in.
Good call.
Booking opens today at 10 a.m. Okay, good luck to you.
How much is that going to cost?
Yeah, it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
I don't know.
I think I'll just stay home.
Ryan Castle has a better offer. He's got a 12-pack. That's next.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, and one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, the total cost, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.